Yo, DJ!
Are you done mixing yet?
Paving this shit crank. Paving this shit crank. Paving this shit crank. Paving this shit crank.
Yo, DJ!
Are you done?
Yo, DJ!
Are you done mixing yet?
P-I-M-P, I believe I am. K-I-N-G, I'ma need my crown. Yes, sir. Move at light speed out my way, goddamn. Get out the way, you gotta get out the way, homie. P-I-M-P, I believe I am. Oh, yeah? K-I-N-G, I'ma need my crown. You know. Move at light speed out my way, goddamn. Swerve. Get out the way, you gotta get out the way, homie. Swagadelic, the Virgo, not Trey Galactica. Higher than the pilot, Columbia crash massacres. Your time is up, use a ladder to mark your calendars. Avalanches of branches, broken glass hazardous. That's what happened, who happened to try the challenges. Treat the challenges like a 42 car pile up, all of them challenges. Now they asses reduced to ashes, they all was so arrogant. To all pull they bitches like leashes, they all at the Sheridan. Ain't no feelings involved, we sharing them. Record the orgy, then forward to all, we sharing it. This bad blood you inherited like geneticists. So embarrassing, ain't no barrel cake for this barrel, bitch.
P-I-M-P, I believe I am. K-I-N-G, I'ma need my crown. Give me that. Move at light speed at my way, goddamn. Move, get out the way, you gotta get out the way, homie. P-I-M-P, I believe I am. K-I-N-G, I'ma need my crown. Give me that. Move at light speed at my way, goddamn.
Get out the way. You got to get out the way, homie. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Listen, this is breaking news. But before I want to get into you, welcome to Off Script Live. You know how it gets down. Where it gets no better than this, baby. Raw and uncut. You know how I do call-ins, all that. We give you all that. Now, if you haven't read the title and you haven't read the ticker, you know what we're talking about today. Coach Odums is out as the head coach of Southern University. He's out. Now, I want to be very clear because I feel like no, that's not cut rapping. I feel that people, I had a caller call in, right? And he asked me this question. It's funny how it's kind of foreshadowed it. And also the call lines are open. If you are calling, I will get to you. I promise you. All right. Call lines are open. If you call, hold on for me. I promise you I'll get to you. So I had a caller call in and he said, do you think Coach Odums will be fired if he doesn't win a SWAC championship or because he hasn't gotten over the hump? And I said, Coach Odums is John Harbaugh, right? I compared him to John Harbaugh. And he was like, what? I said, he's Michigan. Michigan was irrelevant for a good stretch of period until John Harbaugh got there, made them relevant, but he couldn't get over the hump because of Ohio State. All right. Ohio State is in his conference. He couldn't beat them, but it doesn't mean 9, 10, 11 win seasons doesn't make you a well-qualified coach, does not make you somebody who needs to be worried about, does not make you somebody who shouldn't leave the program. Your grass is not always greener. It's not. All right. It's not greener. Harbaugh at Michigan wins 9 to 10 games religiously. Has not had a losing season being there. Let me read off the stats for Coach Odums. When he was an interim coach in 2012, he went 4-5. All right. 2013, he went 9-4 and won the championship. 2014, he went 9-4 and lost the championship. 2015, he went 6-5. 2016, he went 8-3. 2017, he went 7-3. 2018, he went 7-3. 2019, he went 8-4. In 2021, he's 4-1. My thing is this: from 2016 to 2019, he had one conference loss. In those 3 years, from 2016 to 2019, he lost one conference game in each of those years. He is a damn good coach. But the fact of the matter is that if he's not winning you a championship, makes him irrelevant, makes him worth giving up? No. Good coaches do not grow on trees, let alone good coaches who know how to do more with less resources. He's not at a Power 5. He doesn't have the Alabama facilities. He is literally recruiting, grooming talent, and building a culture and a program at Southern that you guys just let walk out the door. That Southern just literally let walk out the door. I mean, Norfolk State came in and took your head coach. He took your head coach. It's crazy. That is crazy to me. I just don't understand how fans cannot be appreciative of success. A successful program is better than an irrelevant program. Would you rather have somebody who's in the championship every year, in contention every year, than a school that is looking from the outside in like, man, I wish that was us. Man, I wish we was in the SWAC Championship game every year. I wish we was losing to Alcorn every year. Listen, Jackson State would have loved to be in that position 2 or 3 years in a row. That's not. UAPB would love to be in that state. Mississippi Valley State would love to be in that situation. Alabama A&M would love to be in that situation. Alabama State would love to be in that. A lot of teams would switch places with you to have a Coach Odums who constantly put them in contention. I'm telling you right now, it's a real deal. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, what's going on, Script?
Talk to me.
Man, I'm over here hurt. Man, Odums did so much for Southern. And by the way, this is Corey Jones for Southern. Odums did so much for Southern. He did so much with less. At the time that we were having APR issues, we were still winning. I mean, he groomed young men to men. I'm just over here just in shock. I know a lot of Jaguars kind of happy, whatnot, but I'm over here just sick. A lot of stuff that you said was right. I mean, I don't know the whole reason why he left. Speculation, he wanted to be closer to home. But I don't know, bro. It's a sad day. You know, I'm glad that Chauvin got found guilty. But other than that, today would have just been a total shit show.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Thank God Chauvin got found guilty. All 3 charges. If you haven't heard it, you heard it here. Chauvin was found guilty for the murder of George Floyd. So, in your opinion, where do you think Southern goes from here?
What's going to happen from here?
Yeah, what do you think goes from here? Where does Southern go from here?
I think that we put an interim tag on the DC. He has some coaching experience. You know, he's from the state. So, because, I mean, we can't open up a coaching search within 3 months, right? These
Man,
kids,
that's tough. Yeah, you got it.
you know,
You're right.
they
You
gotta
got to do
get ready.
interim. Yeah, that's tough.
So it's like I'm hoping that the players don't leave, you know. And it's like my thing is like, why leave for Norfolk State? It's like you leaving Beyonce for Whoopi Goldberg. You know what I mean?
Beyonce?
Like you don't do that.
Beyonce though?
Yeah, Beyonce. That's how I'm gonna be my school. You know, Beyonce.
Beyonce though? Maybe like a Kelly.
Saying,
Maybe like a Kelly, not Beyonce. Let's keep it real. Maybe like a Kelly. I'll give you Kelly, but y'all ain't no Beyonce. Okay. Beyonce's like Alabama. Alabama's Beyonce. Y'all ain't no Beyonce.
Okay. Or that's like leaving LSU for Mississippi State. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll give you that. Okay.
You just don't do that. And I mean, I hope that it's. I don't know, man. I just hope that the interim, if that's the case, can just keep the wheels from falling off. And he does well. I wish him well. I mean, Odums came in as an interim, and you see what he did. Stay with us 8-9 years. So, you just never know. But the man in me, I wish him well. I have high regards for him. He's not a Southern alum, so he doesn't have any loyalty to us. So he has to do what's best for him. But from the selfish standpoint, I wish he was still our coach. Yeah, I wish that he would have beat Alcorn all those times. But hey, it is what it is. But we just got to keep moving. I feel like Southern, along with Grambling, Jackson State, FAMU, maybe Bethune-Cookman, those are some sought after or high profile HBCU jobs. So I'm sure that we'll get a lot of interested applicants in. But we'll see, man.
All right. Appreciate the call, my guy.
All right.
Beyonce, I mean, my man was stretching it. Beyonce, no, you will not sully my channel with that foolishness. You shout not. Hey, caller, you live.
You do not. Real quick. Hey, what's going on, sir? How you doing?
What's good? Talk to me. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Jerome, representing Jackson State in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hey, thanks for bringing this topic of conversation up. Just a couple of quick that the previous caller mentioned. Number one, he mentioned, there were rumors that Odums wanted to be closer back home. Odums, he's a North Carolina guy, went to North Carolina Central. It's not true because, I've been to a couple of Aggie Eagle Classics. The last two that I attended, I ran into Odums, him and his staff. They were on the A&T side. And they were actually recruiting, a lot of kids from North Carolina. And, North Carolina is a hotbed, especially the Charlotte area, for talent. He's been able, he wanted to be at Southern. He proved that every step of the way, brought a lot of talent in. For those of us in the SWAC circles who know, we know that the Southern fans, and the street committee, if you will, and just even folks at the university, they wanted that man gone. Primarily because, he's an outsider. And I don't know if you are privy, but I guess you could look about 10 years ago, there's a brother named Rod Broadway. He was the coach, he left North Carolina Central and he was, given the job at Grambling and, came in, immediately made Grambling a SWAC contender. And it was crazy, man. Like on the Bayou Classic one year, I think it was 2007, you had old head alums from Grambling on the sideline cussing them out, trying to fight them. Because he basically wasn't winning the way they wanted him to win.
Really?
Keep in mind, prior to him coming, Grambling was sorry. And, they ran him off in 2008 after he won a SWAC title. And we see what he did. He went to A&T, recruited his ass off, built a powerhouse.
And I guess it's kind of full circle, beat Grambling in the Celebration Bowl.
Wow.
So, and, after that, Grambling was sorry. It was one of them seasons after he left, Grambling was so sorry, man. They skipped Jackson State's homecoming when Jackson State was number one. I think the same thing is going to happen to Southern, man. Like, as you mentioned, grass ain't always greener on the other side. You really got to be careful trying to compare yourself to the Joneses. That brother was probably the second most successful coach in the SWAC, behind Jay Hobson from Alcorn prior to him leaving. And, and to the other caller, he mentioned regarding Norfolk State being a step down. I really don't see it that way, because those of us who've been to Southern, like, I'm not, no shade to a Southern, man, but the campus raggedy as hell. I mean, facilities, dorm, bro, it's like you walking through a third world country, like, real talk. It's the slum. And you compare that to Norfolk State.
It's beautiful. Their campus is beautiful.
State, man, they right on the bay.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
They got a beautiful camp. They got a beautiful yard. I mean, they got a 30,000 seat football stadium. They got top notch athletic facility, just training, basketball arena, the whole nine. So the president at Norfolk they got now, the AD, they're definitely, building a powerhouse. You see the basketball program, went to the NCAA tournament, won the first game. They're making moves up there. And I think for Odums, he definitely wanted to stay at Southern. Some folks feel like, because he wasn't light skinned. I ain't going to get into all that, because we all know how SU folks are, but that light skin shit. But, I honestly feel with Southern fans, when you look at I'm going to take you back to Pete Richardson. When Pete Richardson left Winston-Salem State in '93 and took over for Southern, he came in and immediately had success. And, Jackson State Southern, primarily in the 90s, they were the dominant programs. Of course, you had, McNair at Alcorn a couple of seasons, but primarily those are the two programs. But I think a lot of Southern fans wanted that type of immediate impact in Odums. And they got to understand, man, there's way more parity in the SWAC now. Because you got like 5, 6 programs. And now with FAMU and Cookman, it's going, you can bump that up there 7 to 8.
Yeah.
But,
some high level programs.
Absolutely. But I just think, to the other call, I just want to say, man, I honestly look at this for Odums. Yeah, he's definitely going to be closer to home. He knows the area. It's a hotbed of talent in Virginia. We already know, all the talent, from Michael Vick to a whole bunch of other brothers that have come out of that Virginia Tidewater area. So it's a win-win for him, better facilities. And what's crazy, when you look at the payout, like, he was making, I believe, $220 at Southern with an option for a bonus if you won the SWAC, which is horrible compared to the pay that the other coaches are getting. You know what I'm saying? But his new payout at Norfolk, I think it's like just $200 flat.
No, it's
like $200,000 flat.
It's a 6-year deal.
Sometimes
it's a 6-year deal. That's $225.
$225. There you go. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like, it's best to make that lateral move, especially as it pertains to, especially as it pertains to culture. And I think this is a great lesson for everybody that's listening, everybody that's in the chat. I just want to drop that knowledge as a Black young professional. Listen, man, if the culture ain't right, even though it could be a nice, sexy job or whatever, if the culture ain't right, you ain't being treated right, leave. And that's exactly what he did. He saw the writing on the wall. And, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and then, you know what I'm saying? You got my boy, of course, representing Jackson State, Jalen. He's from VA. So best believe Jalen is on the call with best believe. I mean, and look, we as Jacksonian, we love Jalen Jones. We love everything he's done for us. But I guarantee you, he's going to Norfolk State. He's going to be their starting quarterback. During COVID, you got this transfer portal. He ain't got to sit out. You ain't got to worry about APR. He good. So, hey, much respect, much love to you, much respect and love to Coach Odums. I'm happy for the brother. To me, it's a step up from Southern University. I'm not saying that because of the rivalry. I'm just saying, all of us who've been to Baton Rouge, man, it's like a second world country, man. Come on. But, hey, I appreciate everything you're doing, man. Holla at me, man.
Hey, appreciate it, Jay.
All right.
But I also want to know where does he go from here? You know what I'm saying? Hey, caller, you live.
Yeah, what's up, boss Skip?
What's good? Talk to me.
What's up, man? This is Ronnie from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, man.
Oh, you right in the thick of it. All right, talk to me.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to call in, man. Really not surprised by the news that came out today, bro. I'm kind of surprised he actually stayed this long because down here, he was really underachieving, man, just to be honest with you.
Underachieving?
Yes.
Did you not?
As bad as that sounds, man, he really was.
Did you not hear when I read his record off?
Yes, I do. But you got to look at it, bro. He only won the SWAC one time in 2013. 2021. This would have been the perfect year for him to win, and he still didn't get that done. To me, I love him as a person, great coach, but at Southern, he's following up a big school that comes from a tradition of winning. Like he's being followed. Like you got to look at how Southern was so big in the 90s. Like that Pete Richardson era, a lot of people down here still want to keep that going. So like he was being asked to follow in like major footsteps, and he just didn't get it done.
What is getting it done in your mind?
Winning the SWAC, bro. Like for me, like when you say like yes, he's like Jim Harbaugh. Like that's like the perfect comparison. But do you want to keep being in like the thick of it, or eventually do you want to win it?
You want to be in the thick of it. You always listen. Don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to win. I agree with you. Everybody wants to win it. But if you're not in the thick of it, you don't have a chance. And every year, you had an opportunity to win the SWAC Championship. I mean, 2018, 2019, that's back-to-back losses in the SWAC Championship. Like, most teams would kill for that opportunity to even play in the game. And you guys are being disloyal. You disloyal mate. I mean, y'all are being disloyal to my man because my man is putting it on his back to do this, knowing the footsteps that he has to follow, knowing the history that comes with Southern. He's still getting it done. Like, even though he didn't win the big game, and then let's be real, Alcorn ends up losing to NC State every year. I mean, North Carolina A&T every year, so it's not like they just this big juggernaut. So he was doing what he was doing in your conference. You got to give my man credit for that. That's all I'm saying. But go ahead.
I do give him credit for that. I mean, he did like. Don't get me wrong. He came in like in a crazy situation, you know, with the loss of scholarships and everything. But I mean, it's just, you know, certain alumnus, you know, they just didn't want to put up with that, you know. But I really do feel like he's going to do big things at Norfolk. So I'm pushing for him. But I think, I don't know, man. I really think it's just going to be like an in-house hire because this is kind of like, you know, this is right after spring ball. It's no way you can find a coach.
Oh yeah, you can't. I mean, I will get into that later in the show, but as of right now, it's a tough fix. It's really a tough fix. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't really hire anybody outside the culture. I mean, outside the program because you don't have enough time to implement any type of scheme, any type of system, or anything like that. And plus, you're not allowed to start literally practicing until the fall season. I think that might be like August time frame. So you literally might have a month to implement everything that you want going into a fall season, which nobody is looking. Now, this would have been perfect if you would have did it before the spring. Okay, you bring somebody in.
Right.
You pretty much do the Dion thing. We're not showing nobody nothing. We taking this as preseason. Whoop-de-doo. All right, cool. But nah, you can't do that. A bit of me is like, dang, he left y'all in a predicament. But at the same time, he's like, look, I'm gonna get mine and I'm out. So
yeah, and you really can't fault him for that. But really, another thing that kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way down here. Odums he didn't recruit the backyard really well as you think. Like the caller who just called him before then, he was recruiting a lot of East Coast kids and a lot of kids like like out of North Carolina and stuff like that, when you're right here in the hotbed of like Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, right here by Texas and in the Mississippi, and you're like leaving here and going elsewhere. And you got like, I went to Southern Lab, what is the lab school for Southern. We've had teams like Grambling come in to get our kids. Jackson State.
Let me ask you a question. What's your name?
It was this head scratching. Like, how can you not get it?
Hey, you're rambling real quick. Let me ask you, what's your name?
Ryan Henderson.
I'm gonna say this, Ryan. If you got a job in North Dakota, where would you recruit at?
You can't compare North Dakota.
You're not listening to what my question is. If you got a job outside the state of Louisiana, where would you recruit at?
Depends on where I'm at.
No, what I'm getting at is you would always go back home because you're comfortable. You know where the talent comes from. So it didn't matter if they put you in North Carolina. You know where you're going to go back to? Louisiana, because you have connections there. You know people there. You know where to find the talent at. You know what coaches coach there. You know how they coach. If it fits your scheme, if it don't fit your scheme. All those answers get answered by coaches you know. Now, does that mean you don't recruit the state that you're in? No. That's why you hire recruiting coaches and things like that. But at the end of the day, you always go back to where you're comfortable. I know everybody there. I know people there. I know what it is. It's too easy. I'm gonna go back to what's home, what's natural, what comes easy for me. But I gotta let you go, my guy. I got a lot of people on the call, but appreciate the call.
Man, keep doing your thing, man. Real talk.
Appreciate it. Hey, caller, you live.
Yo, what's going on?
What's good? Talk to me. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Robert. I'm also from Baton Rouge.
Oh, man, I got a lot of Baton Rouge guys.
Yeah, man, I just heard the last call, man. It's strange, brother. Like, it's strange how people are not, are so hard to please, man, for no reason. Like, you don't have anything to be like, oh, we're this and we're that. Yeah, Southern had back in the 90s, man, but you got to understand, back in the 90s, you also had shows like a different world on TV, man, where everybody was trying to go to an HBCU back then. That's not now, man. They got so many. We just got to be talking about, how these predominantly white schools are now picking all these schools. Well, the reason why. So how you think Coach Odom or any coach around here is going to compete against all these powerhouses? Yeah, you got a lot of black players and everything in Baton Rouge and the hotbed for football players, but you also got LSU. You also got Nick Saban coming through here taking what he wants. You also got whatever, you got every college in here. So the fact that these people are running this man off, at least that's what I'm picking up right now. That he got ran off, and it's just stupid, bro. Because that was a good coach. Also, the timing of it all. You're gonna go ahead and do this now, and the transfer portal is like, oh, that's what y'all did. I'm out of here. So as a player, I don't understand the thinking. I don't understand the logic. I just put in the post, man. Logic is not our friend.
Yeah.
I mean, why? I don't understand the logic behind doing that. So all these things to say, I think, Coach Odom was a great coach, great man. He brought stability to the team. But not only that, man, you're right. It takes something to be consistently in the game year in and year out. It's something to be said about that. And then if you're in the game year in, year out, eventually you're going to slip up and you're going to win something.
You said you're going to slip up and win something?
Yeah.
You said you're going to trip into a championship.
Earlier, man, that, he kept on running against that one school, with Alcorn. Kept on running up against Alcorn, and Alcorn just had his money. Okay, shake Alcorn hand and try to get better the next year.
Fact.
But guess what, Alcorn? But still, shake their hand and try to get better. You don't go ahead and now you scrap at everything just because you're mad. And that sounds like just an emotional move. I don't know who was in charge, who thought of that, who thought this was going to be the one to do. But pay, like I think Dion said this, man. Pay that man.
Mm-hmm.
And If you're not paying that man, then what's the point of him staying? I wouldn't say, pay me. And if you want to tighten up the purse strings now because you're looking over there and you're looking at JSU and you're seeing that the grass is greener, you're seeing the publicity they're getting, but you are a proven winner. Look at what you got. You are a proven winner. He's unproven over there. He hasn't proved anything on this level.
Mm-hmm.
Pay that man. That's all I got, bro. Man, I love the show, bro. This one, the few times I ever called into a show because this topic just hit me wrong. And to say that I don't know who that guy is, the last caller, but I actually went to the same high school that he went to. So I'm ashamed of that young man. He does not represent where I'm from with the lab. So that's all I gotta say.
Let's go.
All right, brother.
Appreciate the call.
Bye now.
Hey, listen, man, this is hitting people. You can hear the distress in my man's voice, and I'm not even trying to be funny with it. Like, this is really hitting people hard because, you know, you're from what I've seen from Coach Odums, he's a man and a mentor. Like, you can just tell by the way he carries himself, by the way how he is in this press conference. He is always professional. He's always about the game. He's about the integrity of the game, and you have to respect somebody like that. I mean, I really, honestly, I feel like a lot of people from Baton Rouge are going to take this hard, but then you're going to have people on the flip side who are saying he didn't do enough. With the talent, he didn't recruit, he didn't do this, but I'm looking at his record right now from 2016 to 2019. Matter of fact, my man's never had a losing season. So any coach that comes in, what is your expectation? That he don't lose. Because you're going to be like, well, Coach Odums didn't lose. Because everybody going to bring back the 90s. Oh, in the 90s, we were this. And we did this in the 90s. And we were this. And then when they leave, and then the new coach comes in, you're like, well, Coach Odums, we went to the SWAC Championship every other year. It just keeps flowing like that, man. And when he's leaving success behind him, regardless of what you want to talk about, how many championships he lost, he's leaving success behind him. He left Southern in a successful place. And you still have problems, but we'll see. Hey, Carter, you live.
Hey, Script.
What's good? Turn your background down for me.
How about now?
You good? Talk to me.
Great show. Shout out to Kenneth Davis II, my son, Southern University engineering graduate. Like myself, Kenneth Davis Sr., Southern University graduate here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Man, the legacy is real. Go ahead. I see you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, you talking about stressing out. Coach Odums is a great man and a great coach. He built men from the ground up. He recruited nationally. The best freshman player on our team is our tight end. Guess where he's from?
Where you from?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Wow.
Okay, our quarterback is from Arkansas Pine Bluff. Okay, and our other quarterback is from Atlanta. The guy came from Morehouse, first time as a head coach at Southern, did a phenomenal job. We have a problem of appreciating what we have. Pete Richardson never lost to the late, great Eddie Robinson. My alumni gave Pete Richardson hell. He was a great coach.
Mm-hmm.
We just started giving him his props after he retired. Now, having said all that, moving forward, we got to go get Ed Reed.
Go get him. Go get him.
Ed Reed is from, guess where? New Orleans, where the original Southern University started. We have 5 campuses. The only HBCU system in America. We got 5 campuses. Okay, the main campus in Baton Rouge. We got to get Ed Reed, number one, and we got to keep the best offensive coordinator that we've had in years that we got from Hampton. That school across the street from North Carolina State looking at all those yachts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, and by the way, I got to throw some shade on homeboy talking about North Carolina State's beautiful. I'm for all HBCUs. We go back 6 generations with HBCUs. But Southern University is sitting on the Mississippi River, the Red Stick. Great university, beautiful campus. We got 2 buildings we tearing down. We building some new stuff. We got all new dormitories. What is he talking about?
I don't know, Mr. Davis. Tell him.
And the next thing is he can go on YouTube and look at Southern University. There's a guy that's going to all the HBCUs and putting it online. Okay. Next thing is we have got to recruit not only nationally, but he's right. We got some great folk there in Louisiana, Texas, and in that whole Southwest area. But look who we're recruiting against. We're in the heart of SEC territory.
Facts.
Not only that, we're recruiting against other SWAC schools, including our in-state rivalry, Grambling. And you think we gonna have it tough? Boy, they got it tough. They got to get some new coaches and players. But we got to get Ed Reed, and we got to keep that offensive coordinator. And lastly, my last point is, you know, back in the 90s, we had 70% of our budget came from the state of Louisiana. The last few years, that's been cut down to 30%.
Oh, wow.
So we can't pay like we want to pay, okay? Everybody had to take a haircut, including the president and all his staff and the teachers and everybody else. I tip my hat to all those people that love our people that was willing to go through that. Odums did a great job with reduced scholarships and all of that. I tip my hat to him. But all black schools got to realize we can't stay on welfare forever. We got to start giving back to our schools like they private schools, because that's what they are practically. Okay, I'm president of Jaguar Foundation of Atlanta. We send 6 students with scholarships to Southern and to 2 other HBCUs. Right now it happens to be Spelman and Morehouse, 2 other great HBCUs. I'm for all black schools. I ain't talking down nobody. Go Jags.
Go. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Listen, all right, I've seen some stuff in the comments, right? And once again, callers, if you're on hold, I promise, just stay with me. I'm gonna get to you, all right? Just stay with me. I'm gonna get to you. I saw some callers in the comments I saw some comments in the chat box that said, "Can Ed Reed coach?" You don't need Ed Reed to coach. Just like you don't need Deion to coach. Deion's not the coach. We all seen that. If you ever watch his headphone, his headpiece is always up here. He ain't coaching nobody, all right? Watch the game next time. My man never has the headpiece here. It's up here. Who are you talking to up here? All right, that's 1. So he ain't coaching. Get that out your mind. 2, you need Ed Reed for the publicity that Deion is bringing to Jackson State. You have a rivalry that big, and you bring in Ed Reed against Deion Sanders, that ESPN cannot turn you down. Point blank, period. All right. ESPN cannot turn you down. It just can't happen. So you need the TV money. You need the exposure. You need the exposure that Ed Reed's going to bring. All right. As well as all the merch that's going to be bought, all the stuff that comes with that, the influx of, I would choose Baton Rouge over Jackson, Mississippi. That's just me. If I'm gonna go visit somewhere, I'm gonna choose Baton Rouge. That don't make no sense to me. But all right, get back to these callers. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, I'm sorry. Hold on. Look, hey, this is Jay from Memphis 10.
What's up? Talk to me.
About a week or 2. How you doing, brother?
What's up?
Look, I started the call last night, so I want to say this. I'm sorry Southern is going through what they're going through, but they're going through what Jackson State went through years ago, our ego. And you lose a coach or you run a good coach like that off. The same thing that's going to happen to Alcorn if they don't tighten up. They have a great coach in Fred McNabb. You need to pay the man and appreciate the man. Think about it. Think about the similarities between Odom and Common G. Odom went to the championship, but he wasn't winning. That's what they say. Common G went to the championship, but he wasn't winning. That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is give him what he needs so he can tweak it and make it work. But alumni, they want to win like everybody think they're Alabama. Everybody think you're Alabama on a Tougaloo budget, and Tougaloo doesn't even have a football team.
What is a Tougaloo?
Come on now, I'm just telling the truth. And the guy that just got off, he told the truth. You have to give back to these institutions. Let me tell everybody what you need to do right now. Everyone should have a life insurance policy. This is what I learned in ministry. Everyone should have a life insurance policy, and you should have at least a term or some type of life insurance policy going back to your HBCU.
Facts.
That's what the other folks do. That's why their churches are bigger than ours. That's why their institutions, but that's why they have something like the Peyton Center at Ole Miss. Because we're not giving back. Give it back even after you die. Make sure your money goes back to the institution. Don't worry about what they're going to do with it. You just do what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel for Southern because there's some fans at Southern really love that institution. Just like we love Jackson State. But I saw it coming because you can't treat great coaches like crap. Now, with that being said, when and if Coach Prime decides to leave, we'll be glad to have him. We'll be glad to have him or Vincent from Valley because they're good coaches.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you're not going to get another brand like Dion. It's going to be hard to replace his brand once he leaves. You understand what I'm saying? So what you need after that point, you need a good coach. Coach Odom is a good coach. I don't care what no one says. But you all treated him like crap down the sub. That's a fact. So, hey, I wish him the best of luck wherever he's going, and I'm quite sure he may take some of those players with him. I would, because he had a good squad.
Yeah.
He had a good squad. You can't take it away from him. That pound bluff game kind of got away from him. We know what happened there because he deserves to be in the SWAC championship. That's facts. That's facts. So, hey, man, let me say this to you. I'm 54 years old.
Yes, sir.
But you are a true man. Because it takes a true man to realize that he did something wrong and come on air and say, hey, my bad. My bad. But that doesn't mean, Coach Prime, I'm not going to stay off your butt now, but my bad. So I appreciate you, and you all have a good night.
Hey, appreciate it, Jay. Hey, that's facts, though. Listen, and I got some comments talking about, jumping on black man and black on black and all that type of stuff. And once again, hey, Cut got me. He got me squared. He called me dead square in the eye. I couldn't even be mad at my man. You know what I'm saying? He called me. I was like, you got me. But at the end of the day, look, my mom raised me with morals. And she said, my mom believes in right is wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter about all the optics and everything like that. I was wrong. So I'm going to be a man and I'm going to apologize. It's just that simple. Some people felt I didn't need to. Some people was like, oh, you shouldn't have said, whatever. I said it. This is my channel. I say what the hell I want to say. And I said it. And it's my channel, and I apologize however I want to apologize. Anyway, let's keep it pushing, baby. All right, next up, let's get it popping. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Good. This is Denise from Nashville, and I'm just going to make it really brief. These ninjas lying about my campus. It is not a third world country. And they can look, as the previous caller said, on YouTube and see how beautiful the campus is. Now, moving on, I think one of the issues is that there was a time when we were going to renew Coach Odums' contract, and NCCU was looking for a coach. And he applied for that job, and he wasn't selected. And I think, and the whole kind of murmuring was that he was trying to get closer to home because he is from North Carolina. So I think for a lot of us, it's not a surprise because he's mentioned relatives being ill and maybe, you know, this is an opportunity for him. You know, this is all conjecture. We don't know what, you know, why he actually left. But I do want to disagree with my homeboy about recruiting, because one of the things that was his moniker was the tank of gas. And what he meant by that is he was going to recruit everywhere that a tank of gas could take his staff.
Oh, that's dope.
So he did recruit Louisiana. He did recruit Texas. He did recruit Mississippi. So it wasn't that he was just recruiting the East Coast. And you can look that up in the paper. Check me now. Check me if you need to.
Hey, listen, you a Southernite or whatever y'all call yourselves?
It's in my bones and in my bone marrow. That's just how deep it goes. And I'm almost done. I was really impressed, so I will say he had to replace 5 coaches. And I was really impressed with what I saw this spring, especially the offensive coordinator. And I hope we get to keep him. But for me, you know, every coach leaves their stamp on the program. And if it's his time to go, I wish him the best. I will say the only thing with Alcorn was that we just didn't match up well with them. And, you know, it's about matchups. If you don't match up well with a team,
your talk, Ms. Denise. Talk your talk.
You're going to lose. Now, my issue, off script, was that with him is that we did not beat enough of the teams that were on our level, that were FCS, had the same amount of students or less, had the same resources or less. I'm just going to say they were white, okay, mostly predominantly white. To me, I felt like, why didn't we compete better against them than we did under his tutelage? That's the only kind of thing that kind of bothered me, that I just felt like we should have competed better against them. But you know, I love Coach Odums. I wish him the best. He did great things for our school, the program, and for the young men that played for us. So that's what I have to say.
Before I let you go, Ms. Denise, since it's in your bone marrow, you should have a vote.
Yes.
Where do you want to go for a new coach? Where do you want to go? You want to go celebrity? You want to go Southern ties? You want to go, you know, up and coming? How do you want to go? Where do you want to take it?
I'm not necessarily awestruck with all of this NFL stuff. I'm not, because I don't want you to prostitute my school. That was my thing with Jackson State.
That's a bar.
Rivals. I was like, I don't want Dion coming to prostitute Jackson State. Even though they my rival, I don't want you to do them wrong and just, you know, leave them because you're trying to elevate yourself, especially when he got that little quick degree from Talladega and then slid up in that job like that. I was like, look, I don't want you to, you know, the attention is great and everything, but I don't want you to do Jackson State wrong. I want Jackson State to get stronger. You know, I don't take any joy. Well, no, I'm not gonna lie like that.
I'm about to say that don't sound right.
We need a strong Jackson State, but I just want someone that is fundamentally sound as far as being a football coach is concerned. I don't care what you did in the pros, because that doesn't mean that you're a good coach. Remember Magic? He was a good player, but he didn't do well as a coach, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that doesn't matter to me. But I just want us to make a good decision and don't just go with what, you know, everyone else is doing, which is the NFL thing. I don't know if that's a good decision, but I want to see what the AD does, and I will be looking. But I just want the best man for the job, no matter what if they've had a professional career or not. That's what I want from my school.
That's what's up, Ms. Denise. Ms. Denise, you know your stuff. I appreciate the call in.
All right, thank you. You have a good evening.
You too, Ms. Denise.
All right, bye-bye.
Ms. Denise came in like a wrecking ball. She said, you will not pimp my school. Thou shalt not pimpeth my school. She came in like calling you live. Thou shalt not pimpeth my school. Hey, calling you live.
Hello?
Yeah, you live. Turn your background down.
All right. Let me find it here. All right, is that all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Talk to me.
Okay, this is Stuart calling from Clinton, Maryland here.
Clinton, Maryland, DMV, you good with me, baby? Let's go.
Yeah. Well, you know about Morgan State, University of DC, and all like that and stuff. So, but I'm 76 years old, and I've seen a lot of coaching and a lot of, historical black colleges, and I coached a little bit of football. Mainly I was a track coach and things like that. See, one of the reasons the black schools can't really compete right now is because, they out recruiting the student. You got to recruit the parents. See, these parents, they look at the TV, they see these big time schools, and they say to themselves, damn, I want to sit in that 100,000 seat stadium, And a lot of times they're not really looking at the value of their own child, and they're thinking about what it's going to look like in their community to say that my son's at this big school. I'm at Alabama, I'm at Mississippi and stuff like this here. And see, these big schools, they warehouse our black talent. They a pile of 5 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, all this stuff. All of them who could be playing at a historical black college and getting some time on the TV, getting good looks and stuff. But they're ready for that child to sit there for 4 years on the practice squad and never say to themselves, damn, I need to transfer out of here so my child can get some looks,
Mm-hmm.
And see, and you cannot make me believe, because any athlete is a real athlete. They want to play. They don't want to be just running out underneath the doggone, scoreboard and stuff like this here. So until our parents, until our grandparents get the idea and say to themselves, look at here, send my son somewhere where he can be seen. Because if you're good, they will find you. So I just want to say that we got to change our own attitude to a lot of these parents and stuff, because they're too influenced by this idea. Look here, it's only 22 people can play, 11 at a time, and you got a squad of 110 people. Damn, can't you count? And so I'm just saying that that'll go a long way in helping our historical black colleges.
I'm sorry, you said, damn, can't you count? I'm sorry. Oh, that was funny.
I found you, and I'll be coming in. They call me Oklahoma Marine, but that's all I had to say about that part. I'm not going to hog the stadium right here, but I really enjoy your show. Keep it up, and I'll keep calling in.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. DMV, you good with me? Let's go.
All right.
He said, damn, can't you count? That was funny. Oh, that was hilarious. Hey, Conscious, you on? What's good?
What's good, homie?
What's good?
What it do?
What's good? Hey, listen, don't come in here and start no mess now. Don't come in here and start.
Hey, I'm not going to do that to you, but look, I'm going to pour out a little liquor for Faison. Faison, why you have to leave us?
Oh, my God.
Hey, look, real talk. That's a bad move for SU. Real bad move. And one of the callers said it earlier when he mentioned the situation that Jackson State had with Comegee. And it's the exact same scenario. Comegee went to the championship like 2 or 3 straight times and lost the big game. And the alumni got pissed with him because he couldn't get over the hump. And that created the musical chairs of not quarterbacks, but head coaches that we have for the next decade. And in hindsight, if you would ask any Jacksonian, would you rather have the musical chairs at head coaches and the ambiguity that came with it after Comegee left, or being a consistent contender with Comegee as a head coach, at least being in the running for a SWAC championship? I guarantee you we would pick it. So we had to learn the hard way that sometimes, you got to give a coach what he needs. I'm not saying that Comegee, was the greatest coach. There are things that he could work on, but as a HBCU, this is sometimes the things that our alumni and administration don't see the big picture. Sometimes it's about giving a head coach the resources that he needs to get over the hump, because oftentimes, especially what happened with Comegee and to relate it to Faison, basically, this guy's asking for money, Comegee was, and he didn't get it. And because he didn't get it, he had to utilize the same resources he normally did in order to maintain the program and sustain it.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't enough. But then all of a sudden, we pay extra money for another head coach to come in after you. So we're gonna give another extra coach another $150,000. Why you just didn't get $150,000 to the old coach and let him hire somebody else? Let them hire some offensive or defensive analysts. Let them increase the salaries for the associate head coaches and assistant coaches. And we miss that boat sometimes because we're always thinking about the next best thing. So my guess is, and I'm presumptuous on this, but my guess is this guy saw the writing on the wall as soon as Deion came into the league. And one of the callers mentioned earlier, and this is correct, that he's from the North Carolina area. So this gets him. This is a win-win for Faison. This is a win-win because now Norfolk State, I suspect in about 2 years, will be in the Celebration Bowl if they keep the Celebration Bowl. He'll get a 6-year contract, which means that this will lead him to a retirement. This is perfect for him.
Right off
He'll
to the
be a
sunset.
consistent contender. He'll be a consistent contender in the MEAC. He'll be a state away from his home. He'll have a sizable contract that can lead him to a retirement. And he'll be at a place where they're going to give him the resources and money it's going to take for him to be successful. If he plays his cards right, this 6-year deal may turn into a 10-year deal. He may be there an extra 4 more years after this if he decides not to retire and if he plays his cards right. But it's hard for me to see this happen right now for Southern because I don't think they understand the rebuilding process that's going to take place after the administration tries to find somebody else to replace this guy.
That's fact.
There's going to be some crime behind the scenes. There's going to be some arguing amongst alumni. There's going to be some disagreement. So for me, they got to go with a big name. Southern has to go with a big name right now because a big name is going to be the only thing that's going to satisfy the alumni and prevent FOMO. And FOMO is fear of missing out. And that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid that Tennessee State didn't hire a big name. Jackson State didn't hire a big name. We can't get left out, y'all. We can't get left out. So what they going to do? To satisfy the administration, to satisfy alumni, they're gonna hire a big name. Faison knew that. Everybody know that.
Yeah. And I agree with you, Conscious. I heard through a little bird that told me that Southern didn't match the contract from Norfolk State. They didn't even attempt to try to match it from what he was being offered. So to me that means Southern wants to keep their options open. That's what that meant to me. That's when I heard that, I was like, they're looking for a big name. They're looking for a big name. I mean, because you don't want to get left out. You don't want to be the school because to me, if you got to know if I'm Southern, I'm an alumni, I'm politicking, whatever y'all got down there in the HBCU world, a panel of black leadership. I don't know what y'all got, but if you're that and you say, hey, if we get a big name. Plus, with the natural rivalry we have with JSU, what can we make off the back end would be crazy.
Man, look, I think the way the conversation went, as soon as Deion was hired, and as soon as Eddie George was hired at Tennessee State, man, look, he knew what was up. You and I both knew he was up. He knew it was just a matter of time. And the way the conversation probably went, somebody within the administration probably went and knocked on his door and say, look, bro, I'm going to just give you a heads up. They ain't going to renew your contract. So this last month, if you don't win this SWAC championship, you need to go ahead and start finding your next job. And don't tell them I told you this, but go ahead and surprise them and you go ahead and go look for that next job because they ain't going to give you this. And that's the way it works. We know it. We've seen the politics within our schools. We know that's how it works. So at the end of the day, look, Southern got to go hire a big name. I don't care what the alumni say. I don't care what the fans saying. They're going to hire a big name because they don't want to get left behind. And now it's like a race to see who can get the most publicity who can get the most attention for their programs, who can get the most visibility to their programs, and start bringing in, you know, players and transfers in to make them the most popular. And it's an arms race right now. So, you know, it is what it is, but I like the guy as a coach. I wish him well at Norfolk State. I think he'll do good. I think his first 2 years would be rebuilding years, but after that, I think he'll be a consistent contender for the SWAC Championship if that conference remains intact. There's speculation that they may even dissolve or something for that matter, but if they remain intact, he'll be a contender in that conference.
That's real. That's real. I appreciate the call, Conscious.
No doubt, bro.
All right. Ooh, man, I'm telling you, it's getting good in the neighborhood out here. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, what's up, bro? It's David from Tallahassee again, man.
What's up? Talk to me.
Hey, remember I told you over this weekend, man, I said, don't, you know, we talked about this whole thing with Southern. I told you that the biggest thing was that UAPB thing, and he was like, man, no way, tradition. And I told you, I said, I heard some rumors, man, coming out of there that, you know, I didn't know if he was going to be there for long term. I guess I was crazy, but, man, that's huge for Southern, man. I don't know where I think they're going to have to really make a big hire within a big hurry, man. You know, obviously Odums I think he was somewhere. He only lost 14 games in the SWAC in his tenure, and that's very hard to replace, man. I think either way it goes and either way it slices, this is a tough spot for Southern with this upcoming season, the short turnaround, because as I said before, you got Alcorn coming, you have FAMU on the schedule next year. And from what I saw, you have a very stout schedule as well. I just think, you know, when I look at it, and I've been watching it closely with Polly and what he's doing at HBCU game day, to sign abruptly like that to go to Norfolk tells me that Odums is looking at it like, look, I know, you know, I've been a good coach, consistent coach. I don't know if it's the alumni that put the heat on him or what it was, but maybe he sees it as, all right, well, let me go to Norfolk State. Let me, you know, I don't have to worry about NCAT. I don't have to worry about FAMU in that conference. I have an easier path to get to the Celebration Bowl, and I'll be appreciated, maybe compensated a little bit more than when he was at Southern. I don't even think he was compensated to the likes of what Fobbs is making and what, you know, Dion's making at Jackson State, even with his achievements and, you know, being one of the winningest coaches in the SWAC. Yeah. So I think that's pretty interesting, man. I just wanted to follow back up with you and you know, come back on because I know we talked about that over this weekend. Yeah. We were just talking about it literally. That's just crazy to me.
And I gave you the comparison of Jim Harbaugh from Michigan.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember.
I just hope that Southern don't make the wrong hire here or make a you know, following up one of Deion friends. I know that the rumors coming out that, you know, they're saying that it might be Ray Lewis, but I'm also hearing it might be I figured his name off the top. It might be the assistant head coach from Lafayette. He has good ties with Southern. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but those are the two candidates they're saying maybe leading along with Jerry Mack. I'm also hearing his name being thrown out there as well, former running back coach at North Carolina Central. But, you know, we'll see what's Southern, man. But I'm sorry to cut you off. But
no, you're good. No, you're good. But no, I appreciate the call. And like I said, I opened up the show with the conversation that me and you had about you said, you know, would they let him go because he can't get over the hump? And I said, you know, you got to look at him as a Jim Harbaugh to where you're in contention every time. But at the end of the day, the grass ain't always greener because if you leave and then you don't have that same success, even the success you don't like, you're going to be mad. And then it's not like he was horrible his time. He was successful. So any coach can't just come in and be trash because he left you with a successful program. He just came off a 4-1 season in the spring, and you could be mad about the UAP game. You could be okay, understandable. But my man, just 4-1. 4-1 is 4-1. You are what your record says you are. And then if a new coach comes in and can't keep up that same success, best believe Southern gonna riot. They gonna riot.
Absolutely, big bro, man. But we're going to be keeping the eyes on us. I don't want to hold up your line, man. But we're going to be keeping the eye on this going forward, I'm sure. But I wish Southern the best of luck when they coaching search, man. That's a big, huge loss as far as the SWAC West goes. I mean, the SWAC West could be very much open next year. Before I think PV and teams like UAPB are really kind of looking at that situation, and they could be looking to capitalize and really put it on them boys if they don't make the correct hire this offseason.
Hey, appreciate the call, my guy.
No doubt, man. Have a good one.
You too. I got to get back to this comment that I saw. I had on the screen before. This one right here. Bruh, come off that big name stuff. Southern is a big name. To who? To who? Once again, I made the analogy. If you're in your neighborhood and you beat everybody in your neighborhood, you're the man on campus. You're that guy. But when you step outside your community, when you go to the next county over, when you go see the people down the street, you're not Debo no more. You're not that guy no more. So who is this big name you talking of? The history? Okay, whoop-de-doo. But there's no big name to who? This is not a perennial job that people are just coming running to go find. Top coaches aren't just going to come find this job and be like, oh man, I've been waiting for this job to come open. Unless you have ties to the program. That's it. Nobody from Clemson is coming down to take this job. Nobody from Oregon is coming down to take this job. Nobody from UT, Alabama, Clemson, Rice. Sam Houston. You name any, no coach is coming to this program to be like, oh man, I've been waiting. Unless you have ties to the program, unless there's some history behind it. And that's facts. And you can get mad all you want, but I'm just telling you what it is. Big name to who? To you? Tamu Tabia, that is a big name to you. The reason Ed Reed takes the job is because he's a native to the home and he wants to build his own legacy at Southern, but it's not for the money. Why would if I'm a big time coach coming from a Power 5, why would I take this job with less resources and more headaches? That don't even make sense. That's like working at being a lawyer and then becoming a paralegal and getting paid less. Like what? That don't make sense. I was at the top. Why am I coming back down? No. You do this to build a new legacy. You do it if you don't need the money. You do it if you don't need the money. You be like, yo, I don't need the money. I'm just here. Hey, let's just do this thing. Like, let's put black colleges back on the map. That's why a Dion works at JSU. You bring any other coach, does ESPN care? No. You bring whomever has Southern ties. Do you think ESPN is putting y'all on ESPN too? No. So you're not a big name. Get out of your own head in your own reality. That SWAC got you hooked. You drinking the SWAC Kool-Aid a little too hard, all right? Oh, slow your roll. Hey, caller, you live.
What's up, man?
What's good? Talk to me.
Man, sorry to hear Coach Odom leave, man. Sorry to hear that, man. He always was winning. But I hate people compare him to Kamaji. Kamaji was situation totally different because I actually know somebody that actually played at Jackson State.
Okay.
He broke it all down to me. And Kamaji's issue was academics. And as everybody knows, after Kamaji left, they lost scholarships and they got put on probation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what got Kamaji out there. So they everybody can stop comparing that to Kamaji. But Odom was a great coach. But I think he probably wanted to be close. He probably asked for a raise and then plus wanted to be close to the home. And they ain't matched the contract, so I think that's why he's giving them the deuces. But as far as who they looking at, I heard the guy, I was going to mention it, but the guy that mentioned the coach at University of Lafayette, Louisiana at Lafayette, Jabari. He's the assistant running back coach. He's the assistant head coach plus running back coach. He used to be the running back coach at LSU when they had all them great running backs that came through there. So I heard his name, and I did hear Ed Reed's name too, but it's his name. He played at Southern. And then there's an O-line coach that's in the NFL that played at Southern. I can't think his name right now, but his name came up too. And then they mentioned Stump Mitchell. He once coached at Southern before, but he's the running back coach at Cleveland in the NFL. So that's a couple names that just coming up, man. But man, I hate to see Odom go, man. Hey, man, hey, you're a big guy, man. Hey, that's why I always like you, man. You went online and apologized to coach. And you always keep it real, bro. That's why I've always watched your show, bro.
Appreciate it. Hey, listen, man, I gotta keep it 100. Listen, like, there's no phony in my blood. Listen, that's why I get when I see these comments, it gets to me because I'm 100% real. I would take everything personally because a lot of stuff just rolls off me. But stuff that I see is like stupid, I'm like, come on, that's just dumb. You know what I'm saying? So, but I respect it. And like I said, like, wrong is wrong and right is right. And my mom didn't raise no fool. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing wrong. So it's that simple.
Shout out to the moms out there, man. The good moms out there.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Hey, Cut Day. Hey, I had to watch Cut Day. Cut Day was funny, man. He roasted you good.
Boy, he got me. Listen, Cut my man. Listen, me and Cut talk every day. When I tell you, he was so happy about this video. Let me tell you, my man texted me at 6 a.m. He texted me at 6 a.m. and said, "Hey, when you get up, call me." Right? I call him. I said, "Yo, what's good?" I mean, like literally, like Biggie, like warning. Who is this paging me like that early in the morning, right? So I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" He's like, "Yo, man, I got something in the shotgun. I got something in the barrel. I just want to know, are you cool with it?" I said, "Cool with what?" He said, "I'm coming for you." I said, it's all love. I'm good with it. He said, "All right, I'm gonna put it on." He said, "Just let me know." I'm looking for it all day, right? All day. I'm looking for it. And then I called him. I said, "Bro, when you gonna drop it?" He's like, "I'm dropping it right now." I was like, "All right." I was like, "All right." Man, when I tell you I was at work dying, like I had tears coming down. I said, "This man just swayed remix got me." Like I was like, "Who does that to your homie?" And his platform is bigger than mine.
He real for letting you know. He real for letting you know, though.
Nah, yeah, he real for that. Oh yeah, cut a real one.
He a real one for that.
Yo, but he got me good.
Hey,
yo.
I hope one day y'all do a show together, man. When it's a big State, Jackson State versus FAMU, y'all do a pregame, the pregame show, the new pregame.
Hey, that'd be dope. I
know, man. Hey, and another thing, the guy talking about Southern campus, bro. He's so wrong because they did so much rebuilding on that campus, man. Especially when the hurricane came through there, they did so much rebuilding, man, and everything. So that guy totally wrong about talking about looking like a third world country. Nah, it don't look like a third world country, but he was totally wrong for that. But Norfolk State got a nice new stadium, and they got a couple nice things they did for their football program. So hopefully Odom build it up, and I'm gonna keep up with that. But it's gonna be tough because Tyrone Wheatley over there at Morgan State, man. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it is. Hey, appreciate the call, Coach Green. Always.
Always, man. Always.
Hey, caller, you live. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you live.
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, this is Chris from Cincinnati, bro. Hey, man, what did you expect to happen, bro? What did you expect to happen, bro? Hell yeah, Odom's getting fired, nigga. I mean, think about it, bro. Look, Prime got JSU, Grambling going down, and then look, somebody heard a Southerner say, "You know what? We gotta get these goddamn D1 players like Prime get, and you know what? Our name probably bigger than Jackson State." So guess what?
nigga, they about to get somebody with a name that's gonna come and coach Southern, bro. And I guarantee you, Prime probably thinking like this: damn, if I'd have waited 1 or 2 more years, I could have got Southern.
That's facts. That's facts.
I could have got Southern. If I waited 1 or 2 goddamn more years, I could have been saying, I believe at Southern. That nigga would, and look, if Prime would have waited 2 more years, or at least 1 more year, he would have been saying, I believe at Southern. But he gotta say, I believe in Jackson State, and it just don't roll off the tongue the same way.
Oh.
But he trying though, bro. But look, they find Odums, man, because guess what? Odums ain't got no goddamn NFL name. He ain't got no big play. He ain't got no big play name in like foreign live recruiting. Nigga, look, how you find somebody successful? That's a hell of a damn pill to fucking swallow. I'm successful and I still get goddamn. I'm successful and I still get goddamn fired. Nigga, that's a blow to my goddamn ego right there, nigga. Look, I done did all you want to it in the company, nigga. I done came to work on time. I done showed up on time. I done clocked out late. I done did everybody else's work. And guess what? I'm still goddamn fired. Hey, if I'm Odums, nigga, look, this is what Odums need to do. Odums need to call Prime and say, look, Prime, let me come work for you, nigga. Let me come work for you, Prime. Something that I appreciate.
Oh, my
You
God.
know what, Prime? Give me your goddamn staff, bro.
Oh, my God.
Give me your staff, Prime, man. You know what? I did everything something I could do, man. Look, I even told my boys, look, don't worry about Prime. We can beat these boys. Shit, the motherfucker athletic department say, yeah, you can beat them, but guess what? You're about to join them because we found your ass. You can join them, nigga. You know what? You beat them and you can join them because guess what? We find your ass, Odom. Hey, it was not Customer Appreciation Day in Southern. It was not Customer Appreciation Day in Southern, boy. They walked up to that man's office and probably got the man on speakerphone and say, you know what, be quiet. We're going to fire him in front of you, man. Like, just be quiet, though. They walked up to the office and said, Odom, you fired. Hung up on three-way and told their new coach with the name, see, yeah, you the coach now, baby. That's how they did Odom, man.
Oh, my God.
If I'm Odom, man, I'm saying, you know what, man, kiss my ass, all y'all motherfuckers. Kiss my ass, man. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if I'm Odom, man, hey, Odom, if you listening, man, you a good ass coach, man. Hey, go apply Central State, man.
Boy, you be repping Central State.
Hey, go apply Central. You know what? Central State need to be in the goddamn SWAC, but once they start winning. When they start winning, bring Central State back, man. Because you know, hey, Central State was the shit back in the 80s and 90s. Look, hey, Hugh Douglas should go back and, you know what, be like, hey, this small former to goddamn college, man. Let me y'all do something. But look, boy, Auburn's with you, though, man. Because look, I feel bad for Auburn, man. If I'm Auburn, man, I'm telling Central, man, look, y'all kiss my ass. The Central, the Western, or the Eastern way. Kiss my ass. Y'all no good motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but look though, on that note, since he gone now, what Prime say? Ed Reed and Ray Lewis want to coach too.
Hey,
shit. Somebody from Central got an Ed Reed or Ray Lewis. Hey, do you want to come? I mean, look, we can make it happen.
Facts.
We can make it happen. Look, AD done told Ed Reed or Ray Lewis once Prime said, Ed Reed and Ray Lewis want to coach too. I guarantee you, the AD at Southern said, you know what? Let me go get an Ed Reed or Ray Lewis and see if they really want to do this goddamn thing. Because if they do, guess what? Optimus Prime or Opus or whatever his name is, I wouldn't even know no more. He's fired.
He said Optimus Prime.
Hey, look, they done forgot his name that quick. Optimus Prime, Opus, like, whoever the nigga that we hired, he fired.
Oh my God.
Whoever the nigga was that we hired, we fired. I mean, Optimus Prime, Opium, I don't know this nigga name no more. You know what, like, since y'all became available, I forgot the goddamn name.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So look, man, look. Chris from Cincinnati gonna say this, man. Ed Reed, because like I think Southern, you know, look, Grambling too is like Ed Reed home state, Louisiana. But look, man, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, because like, look, once Prime put that out there that they want to coach, nigga, they fired this nigga within like what, 15 minutes?
A week. A week.
They fired him like what, like Scotty, like what about 15, 20 minutes? Like, I mean, like, did he get a lunch break? I think he was actually in his coach's room, probably like looking through recruits, and then he got that motherfucking secretary message like, "Hey, the AD want to see you in the office." He like, "For what?" he like, "For what?" Like, the AD want to see him in the office for what? He was like, "You know what? It's probably a recruit that, you know what, like call or send like they comments. So, hey, I'll be in about 5 minutes." Nigga, he got down to the AD. Y'all AD said, "You know what, hey, I appreciate your efforts, but we're going in a way different direction than you ass, nigga." Matter of fact, hey, don't even pack up. We will pack it up and send it to your home.
Oh my God.
That motherfucker probably thinking like, you know what, man, kiss my motherfucking ass. So you know what? If I'm Odums, nigga, hey, go holler at Prime, nigga.
Oh my God. Boy,
go holler at Prime, man. You know what I mean? Look, you a good coach, Odums, man. Go holler at Prime, man. Like, look, Prime will give you a job somewhere, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, maybe he'll let you like coach that damn D-line that's fucked up. I like that damn O-line is fucked up. But like, for the head coaching position, man, hey, look, it ain't looking too good for your partner. Look, you got a good record and you still get fired. That's a bad shit to deal with. But at least he got that on his resume, though. Look, hey, I've been a good coach. I had a winning record and I got my ass fired. God damn. They gotta fuck with your mental. They gotta fuck with your mental more than Jamie Jones, nigga, getting bitch.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, look, Odom is sitting right there with Jamie Jones right now, like, damn, bro, how this shit happen to her? God damn.
Oh.
God damn, nigga. Look, Odom and Jamie Jones is right now sitting on the same seat, talking to each other like, bro, how that shit happen to us, man? And then like they both said it at the same time. prime fault. That was the conclusion.
Oh my God.
They looked at each other at the same time and said at the same time.
Oh my God.
From coach to player. Prime fault. God damn, Dion. God damn. Dion done fucked up the goddamn game, man. What you got for me, Scotty, man? Look, I got time tonight, bro.
Listen.
What you got for me, man? What you got for me, man? Look. Odums, Coach Odums, man, walked to the Southern, man, AD office tonight and said, look, I can coach these kids. I've been winning with these kids. And they said, but you know what? You ain't got the name that we want. You're fired, nigga.
That's facts.
You fired, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you out there. You ain't got the name that we want. Because guess what? Don't no recruits, no Coach Odom. But every recruit, no Coach Ed Reed, Coach Ray Lewis. Look, Scotty.
I'm here.
Scotty.
I'm here.
Let me tell you something right now, bro. Let me tell you something right now, bro. Like, you know what? This is the honest to God truth. Let me tell you something right now, bro. Allen Iverson was a Hall of Famer in hoop, right?
Yeah.
But Allen Iverson was the #1 quarterback and defensive back coming out of Virginia back in the day, right?
Yep, I do remember that.
Allen Iverson can go to Southern right now and say, I want to be the head football coach, and he got the goddamn job, nigga. That's what Odums ain't got. Nigga, AI, nigga, can go to Southern and say, guess what? I want to coach football, nigga. Oh, you do? Odums? Bye, nigga.
He said, bye, nigga.
Oh, AI. You want to go back to your high school days, nigga, when you was the #1 recruit in Virginia? Guess what? Hey, Odums. Come on here real quick, Odums. Hey, I'm here to inform you, man. I know Allen Iverson is a Hall of Fame hoop player, but guess what, though? He played the football too, nigga. You fired. Hey, look. It's a rat, nigga. If AI want to say he want to coach football Southern, nigga, Odums was already gone, nigga.
Oh my God, boy, you stupid.
He was gone, bro. He was gone. He was gone, nigga. Look, let Mike Vick say, look, I want to be the goddamn OC.
Oh man.
Odums, we ain't got a Mike Vick. We out of here, bro. Look, you're fired, nigga. You're fired, nigga. What name do you got, Odums?
Oh my God.
Hey, D, I ain't got no names, but I've been doing good. Nah, nigga, that ain't good enough. You're fired, nigga.
Hey, Mr. Chris, I gotta let you go. I gotta let you go because I got so many callers on. But you are, bro. You're so stupid, bro. You're so stupid.
Hey, look, I hit you up, man. Probably like later on, man. Like when my next great topic pop up. But look, like I said, straight up, Odums didn't have a goddamn chance when a motherfucking name pop up, bro. So look, if I'm Odums, bro, I'm going to appreciate what I did at Southern. Yeah, I know I won. But guess what? Sometimes when you win, you lose. I'm holler at you.
All right, Chris. Appreciate you, man.
Peace.
Oh my gosh, that boy is so stupid. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, that boy dumb. Hey, calling you live. Oh my gosh. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, man, this is D from Baton Rouge, man. I appreciate taking my call, man. That last caller was hilarious, man. The guy from Cincinnati.
Yes, Chris from Cincinnati.
Come on, man. Like, that guy there is hilarious. Hey, man, but I just wanted to start off, man. I was listening. Shout out to the lady Denise, man, the other Southern night that called. Man, she spoke knowledge, man, and she dropped a whole bar that Southern was in her DNA and her bone marrow.
Facts.
And I feel the same way about my university too, man. Southern is a big deal, man. I was following your chat, man. You got up to 402 callers, man, because the name Southern University was in the title of this.
Okay.
No school in this chat will ever put Southern on their homecoming because we are a payday through your regular season. We don't need a big coach, but we do need a winning coach. In Baton Rouge, we believe in winning. We've had a legacy of winning for the last 3 or 4 decades. And Southern hasn't won a SWAC title since 2013. And there are a lot of Jackson State people that's listening to this, knowing that if that running back didn't step out of bounds with 2 seconds ago, they'd have had that SWAC championship that day. So I appreciate that guy who's stepping out of bounds, but we are a big deal. And the other caller that was from, Jackson State comparing Southern to the Coma, bro, we own you. Ooh. You can't compare another school to another school. We beat you 8 times in a row. Ooh. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. But it was time for Southern, for Odums to go. We wish him the best. It's a horrible time being that it's in the off season and you got to give these kids a rest. And being that the season's about to start again in August, that's when fall camp starts. I hate the time of it, but I don't believe we need a big name. And just like Denise said, I don't need a big name that's going to come into my program and prostitute my school. That's a whole ball right there. I don't need a big name that's going to come into my university. And Dion got a staff that is struggling to win in the SWAC. SWAC in the spring, that's a down year. Like no disrespect to UAPB, no disrespect to Alabama A&M. But that's what the SWAC title is about to be this year. You can't name that in the last 3 or 4 decades. So what I'm saying is, it's time for Southern to get a new coach. In Baton Rouge, we believe in winning. We compare ourselves to the other PWI that's 10 miles down the road, that's recently coming off a national title. They fired their previous coach, who was 112 and 53. You know why? Because before when Nick Saban was there, they understood what winning looked like. We had Pete Richardson that consistently got us back to the Heritage Bowl. Before there was even the Celebration Bowl, the Heritage Bowl was on our schedule as if it was a home game. That's just fact. So we appreciate Dawson Odums and everything that he did for Southern, but it's time to get back to winning. And consistently getting to the SWAC championship is not enough. And as Southern fans, bro, it's not enough. So we wish him well. I don't believe that we need a big splash name because there are a lot of up-and-coming coaches, coordinators that are just sitting in these schools. It doesn't have to be the circle of the mill of an HBCU coach again. It is a lot of African Americans that are sitting in these PWIs that need an opportunity. Yes, the Ed Reed sounds right, the Ray Lewis sounds right, but that's just like Denise said, that's prostituting my school. If you can't get like Eddie George that went got a Hugh Jackson, that's his offensive coordinator, then hey, we don't need anything like that. But to everybody that's listening to this, and to you, because I heard you say it, Southern is a big deal. That's why your chat is full right now, because of the name Southern University. But we will be back, and if you don't think we ain't a big deal, put us on your homecoming. If you ain't thinking we ain't a big deal, we fill your stadium every time we come there. If Dion can get paid big bread because of, then we got the hot dog stand, the chicken on the stick stand, and the parking lot. Everybody knows Southern is a payday when we come to that system. That's how we are at home. So we can fill anybody's contract full of incentives, and he got the bread. So we are a big deal. We just need to make sure that we get this right because we are 2 coaches behind after Pete Richardson, who was a legendary coach, that we're already behind the 8 ball. We have to get this right. So I'm gonna get off this.
No, you're good. No. Whoa. No. I got some follow up. You just ain't gonna call in throw all this Southern on my doorstep.
Come on, man, let's chat it up here.
Yeah. You're not about to just
just
dump all this Southern gear on my front doorstep and act like I'm not about to sift through it. All right. My thing is this, right?
All right.
How can you compare? If you're comparing Odums to Richardson, right now, I don't know that era, and I've talked to somebody else who's a Southern alum, and he brought the era up. But he's a true Southern to his core. He said he appreciated Odums because of the fact that he won. He won. Like,
right.
I mean, like when is like I feel like Coach Carter right now. When is winning not enough? Like you guys were relevant. You were relevant just because there's a lot of teams. Listen. There's only one team that can win the championship every year, and you were in the mix.
Okay, so there is the comparison between Pete Richardson and Odums is not a comparison. True enough, and I'm just not just throwing a different name out there. Like the guy that they said at Cromager at Jackson State, like we were better than that. We were a better team, a better record. But with the Pete Richardson era, we consistently won championships. Pete Richardson never lost to Eddie Robinson. That's a 9-game winning streak. When I tell you we consistently went to the Heritage Bowl, winning or not, we consistently did that. So that's what we at Southern and Jaguar Night, that's what we need to get back to. It's not just, hey, man, you had a winning season, man, you did good, but, oh, man, you lost to a team this year, you can't make it to the SWAC Championship. That's not what we're used to. The Classic was never a thing for us. Like, the Classic was just a regular game, and then we're going on to the next game. It didn't matter if we lost it or we won it. We were going to win it, but it didn't really matter because the Heritage Bowl was on the schedule. That's what we're trying to get back to. Yes, Odums won games, but he didn't win championships. That's what every school in the country, man, Les Miles got fired because he couldn't beat Alabama. He wouldn't have probably been beat Ole Miss and he'd ever win a record. Man, those people understood what championships was. Bo Pelini, one, he couldn't beat Michigan. They fired him at Nebraska. Larry Coker came off a national title. Hey, man, you can't win. Harbaugh's out the door. Nick Saban is consistently getting coaches fired in the SEC because they can't beat. Kirby Smart probably has a year left. If you don't get it done, hey, man, we appreciate you winning these games, bro, but we play the game to win championships. And that's the difference in winning and losing, man. It's not about the regular season records, it's about championships.
So I want to be very clear right now. I want to be very clear when I say this. I understand that you're talking about it's about championships. But if you're not in contention, you don't even get a chance. That's my point to you Southern fans. You're living in an era. One, you're living in an era that's not here anymore, so let that go. Two, you're talking about a coach who had never had a losing season as your head coach. He had won you a SWAC championship. He had taken you to 3 SWAC championships and lost, but he's not enough. To me, if I was Coach Odums, I would have been gone because you're not even appreciating the fact that you're in contention every year with me.
Well, if you don't know this, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago in our local newspaper, it was caught that Odums did an interview with McNeese while they were on the schedule the next year. Dawson Odums had been trying to leave Southern.
I would have.
This was before he even got into, I want to say maybe that was his 4th or 5th year. I'm not sure. But Dawson Odums had, always thought, and this is just my perception, he always thought, hey, man, like either he's tired of the Southern fan base, that he's probably like you and every other listening here, like, hey, these people think they too much. But the thing is, that's the narrative of Southern. That's what makes us so different. That's what makes us winners. Man, well, you can't compare to me to Jackson State. I just beat you 8 times in a row. We already up 3 against Grambling right now. You on this chat listening to me because we're talking about Southern, man. This is Southern. Bro, we put people in your stand. The thing is, what other people need to understand about Southern people is, man, we need Southern to keep winning. And that's where we are today. Man, regular games. Let me
cut you off a little bit, and I apologize, but let me cut you off. You can't even brag unless Coach Odums is doing what he's doing. You couldn't even brag.
That's why you're not here.
You couldn't be on this call right now bragging unless Coach Odums did what he did the past 8 or 9 years. So what? So you're the mere fact that you're talking about that, oh, winning just comes with Southern and Southern is about winning. If Coach Odums wasn't winning, you would have nothing to talk about right now.
That's why we're so elated on this call. This is a celebration for a lot of Southern people. Yeah, man, we happy. Man, we are a little sad. We're sad about the timing. But, man, we are elated. There are so many other calls that are going on right now. It's just like, hey, bro, this made my day. I don't know who we going to get, but I don't care. But what I do know is, hey, man, bro, like the lady Denise said, hey, man, we hopefully we can get over the hump against Alcorn because we beating everybody else. Bro, that's why we're so excited today. If we're not sad, we're happy.
Okay.
We just need to make we need to make this a right hire.
Let me ask you this. How old are you? No disrespect. How old are you?
I'm 38. Graduated from Southern in 05.
All right. I'm 31. I don't know if you're in the same, same. There's a statement that's been going around. It's called "Keep That Same Energy." I want you to keep that same energy this fall. I want the same. When you and your Southern team run up against this whole SWAC East and you get ran through, I want you to keep that same energy talking about how you didn't need Coach Odums, how Coach Odums ain't this, Coach Odums ain't that. I want that same energy, and I got this post game coming. So matter of fact, I'm Captain Petty, Sergeant Smoke. I'm writing your name down and your number.
You've already been favored in my YouTube channel, so I'm coming back every week now. You family now at this point, but we will keep this same energy.
Oh yeah.
But this is the thing that I do know. But this is the thing that I do know about football, and what I mentioned to you earlier, the timing of this. Man, you know how hard it is, even in high school football, to get a new head coach, a new staff. That you got to get your players.
Oh, I don't want to hear none of that, D. Oh no, you Southern. Southern.
But that's the landscape. But this is the thing. So. I do know this. This wasn't Odom didn't find this out yesterday or 2 days ago. Norfolk and the MEAC hadn't played this entire off season. And if bruh didn't want to go back home, he been knew this. He should have done us a solid and said, hey man, you know what? I got another job. I'm out. But I know, hey, he got to do what's best for him and his pockets. But he been knew. Bruh been knew he had this job. And he probably wanted to coach his players on out. But at this point, man, we will find out. Find a new coach. It's going to be hard this fall, but this coach will come in with his new staff and know the players and put his plays in. So yeah, this might be it might be a rough year. But what I do know is if all the players are committed to staying there and coming back, but we ought to beat Jackson. We beat Grambling. Hey, bro, we are who we are. And that'll never change because we got the S on our chest.
Listen.
You and everybody else need to start recognizing.
Listen. That S can stand for suck and that S can stand for Southern. Either way, I need that same energy. I got to let you go. But either way, and I took your number down. I'm going to text you after my live stream.
Listen. Go ahead, bro. Put me down.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, I got you. Trust, believe, I got you. All right.
And to everybody else who out there who had the blue and gold and they bone marrow, and man, y'all be blessed, man. We're gonna be great. We the SWAC. That's why I started with an S.
Man, I need that man to keep all that energy. Hey, what's up? Calling you live.
Hey, what up, man? This is Jerome from Charlotte again, representing Jackson State.
What's up? Talk to me.
I had to call back in, brother. So, number one, you see firsthand from that previous caller and the previous other callers, these Southern University people are delusional as fuck. Look, bro, here's the thing. With Southern University, you ain't talking about, we the show and we this, we that. Southern, they can't even fill their own stadium anymore, bro. There's been so many posts on social media from the Jaguar Nation. Most of their fans done converted to LSU fans. The only time Southern University, and all the Jags in the comment section know what the hell I'm talking about, the only time these niggas fill their stadium is when Jackson State come to town. You want to sit up here talking about, they own Jackson State the last 7 years. We got a sorry-ass coach. And here's the thing, man. Like, even when it comes to, traveling on the road, they're not traveling 30,000 deep no more like they were in the 90s. That was 30 years ago. You see how it's very consistent with Southern fans. Every Southern fan that come on the call, they keep talking about shit from the 80s and the 90s. We in 2021. That shit go. The Heritage Bowl died out in 1999. And you're still talking about a Heritage Bowl. This brother Odums that just left, he spent 11 years at their school being the most consistent coach. Look, Pete Richardson wasn't even this damn consistent his last 3, 4, 5 years or something. That's why they got rid of him. Though he built a legacy from the 90s, you know what I'm saying? That shit stopped in about 2000. Why? Because like I said before, in the SWAC, it was only Jackson and Southern, maybe Alcorn in the 90s. But now, since 2000 moving forward, the last 20 years, there's been way more parity in the SWAC. They keep living in 30, 40 years ago. And even with the lady that called in talking about, the campus not bad, he talking about the campus. Brother, I will give you $500 to go down and take a SWAC campus tour. Go to Southern University.
Hey, listen. Hold on. Listen, real quick. I am going to Jackson, Mississippi this weekend. If me and my girl got to take a trip.
Wait. You can't go because they just canceled that game because of COVID.
Oh, I'm still going. I just won't go to the game, but I'm still going to the campus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead.
But listen, look at Jackson State's campus and then look at Southern University's campus. I'm not even talking about the neighborhoods that surround it. Let's be real. Most HBCUs kind of try, it's kind of based in an urban area and kind of in the hood. I ain't gonna lie. I'm talking about the campus, the facilities, the culture, the academic dexterity. You cannot compare Southern to a Jackson State, Alabama A&M, or Prairie View in the SWAC. Everybody know those are the best camp. I'm talking about facilities, campus, everything. These Southern University people are delusional, bruh. It looked like shotgun. They got shotgun houses on the yard. Yo, the facilities are like 80 years old. Man, it's no comparison. I'm so happy for Odom that he got his black ass out of Southern because they didn't appreciate him. The brother came up there and won for 11 straight years. 11 straight years. And, you know what I'm saying, they fan base and the university treat him like shit. So now he going to Norfolk, got a better campus, right by the damn, and the dude won't compare the damn Mississippi River and Baton Rouge to the damn Hudson Bay in Norfolk, Virginia. Delusional. Man, I'm telling you, bro, it's a thing, man, with Southern, man, it's like, when you just look at it for what it is, that's just them. They living, you know what I'm saying, in the past. You can't tell these niggas shit. And then, you know what I'm saying, it got to the point where you're trying to talk about, you want to compare Jackson State. You can't compare Southern to Jackson State. Man, listen, Jackson State in the U.S. News World Report top HBCUs is ranked like number 11. And Southern ranked like number 92. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, there's no comparison. Southern people, they need to close. Look, what they need to do is light a damn match to everything on that side of Baton Rouge and just start over. The campus is trash. The university is trash. The academics is trash. But don't believe nothing that these niggas is talking about. I promise you, man, because they're going to have you looking a whole fucking fool. Fuck with these damn people from Southern. I said my piece. All I'm saying, look, you ain't got to take it from me. Hey, I love Jackson State all day. And then talking about, the lady talking about Deion pimping the school. Listen, in the first 3 months that Deion was there, he increased Jackson State's marketability by $19 million. We secured the #1 FCS recruiting class in the nation, not HBCU, in the nation. So if anybody pimping, it's Jackson State. And Southern University and some of these other schools, they saw what's going on with Jackson State. A USA Today article just came out talking about Jackson State garnered over $180 million just from the prime time effect. And then the brother that just got off of the phone, he's sitting up here talking about, on one side, you know what I'm saying, he's talking about, well, hey, Prime came in this past spring and he couldn't even win. And then on the same token, he want to talk about we might be, Southern might be trash in the fall. Bruh, here's the thing. Tom inherited that team less than 30 days prior to kickoff. I hope Southern don't win another fucking game for the next 10 damn years. We're gonna beat the shit out their ass. You wanna sit there talking about don't nobody schedule Southern for homecoming? Oh, y'all niggas finna be our homecoming game coming this fall. Y'all finna be everybody's homecoming game this fall. It's payback. You should have kept Big Worm. You should have kept Lavelle. Faison Love. Nigga, it's on. You finna beat y'all ass.
Hey Jay,
I love niggas.
Hey Jay, hold on real quick before I let you go. It seemed like you started with a suit and you got real unprofessional as the call. Like you start losing up your time.
Yo, I let that damn time off, man. Look, these Southern people will bring it out of you, man, because they're so delusional. These folks ain't been relevant in 30 years. They ain't been winning since that last Heritage Bowl and shit. They lost to Hampton in 99.
Oh
please,
my God.
Man, look, I'm gonna get off this phone, man, because I don't even cuss like that, man, but they're damn Southern. Right.
Oh man, Jay, you good with me, my guy.
Y'all, and then here's another thing. Folks in the comment section talking about they finna get what is his name, Ananias Williams or the other brother. Listen, you gotta understand, though these people are from Louisiana and went to Southern University, you gotta understand these folks, they might love Southern. They not finna jump into all that political mess of Southern. Everybody knows Southern University, when it comes to the board of trustees and crooks, the damn band director just stole $300,000 from the band.
Oh wow!
That's what Southern University is. It's nothing but crooks, bro. The whole board of trustees has always been a mess. Ananias Williams and the other brother, you know what I'm saying, that y'all talking about from the Warriors, the NFL player, they will not. You can guarantee. I put money on it. They won't take that job of Southern because they not finna deal with the damn politics. It's niggas at Southern University. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm gonna back off because you know, I'm trying not to cuss. But listen to what I'm telling you, bro. Don't take my word for it. Go down there and see it for yourself.
All right, I'm gonna do I think I'm gonna do a SWAC tour this summer. I'm gonna do some stuff like go around, play some players, maybe see some coaches or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna check you out, Jay. Hey, appreciate the call, my guy.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right, anytime. Oh my God, this is getting funny. Hey, calling you live. Turn your TV down. Turn your background down for me.
Hello?
Hey, turn your background down. Hey, what's good? You live. Talk to me. What's your name?
Oh man, I'm just listening. I'm listening to the call just now with this guy talking about Southern University, and he's talking out the like the band play, talking out the side of your neck. We packed the stands. Jackson State never had these stands packed. When they came to us, they didn't bring a fan base. We have problems. We done lost our coach. Pete Richardson is gone. He came in. He did a beautiful thing. Always in the championship. Recruited good. Gave kids education, a scholarship, a chance to be somebody. Whether you win or lose, that's a part of the game. But when you get here as an African American and trash a university and say they're garbage, their academics is garbage, and you speaking of the whole black HBCUs, it's deplorable to say something like that. So, when you have this dialogue about this and that, first of all, have common sense of what you're talking about. Just sounding ignorant, that's what he's doing. I take my hat off to Coach Odums. He did a beautiful job. I applaud him for it. Things went on. He have to leave, or he decided he want to leave. The show must go on. Whether which coach Southern get, Grambling have, Jackson State have. It's not up to coaches, it's up to the athletes. Even though the coaching staff have to come together as one, I was a former athlete myself. It's up to the athletes how they want to play, how they want to follow protocol. This what we going through, it's no different than what Northern School went through. Yeah, I'm heard about it. I wish Coach Odom could have stood here long, but he is not. And it's time to move on. And I wish him the best of luck wherever he go.
That's real. I
I'm not
respect that.
passing Jackson State Northern School. you know. And I'm glad Jackson got beyond. He opened the eyes up to people. Hey, because, you know, back in the days, if you look at all the pro players, they come from HBCUs.
Facts.
So back in the days when I was young, the big colleges was paying people. That's when the NCAA jumped in. You pay this player, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do it. Now they can't play these players no more. They can't play them no more. So now we get a chance to bring them back to the HBCUs. Look at all your big time players where they came from. HBCUs. Let's get it back. It's not about what coaches you have. You just get the athletes back and get these men on focus on their education, getting their degree, so they can move on to the next stage of life. That's all I have to say.
Hey, appreciate the call, my guy.
Thank you.
Hey, caller, you live.
Yeah, man. Forget what that man, what the last caller was saying. I was trying to tell you about this the past week.
Hey, caller, you live. Hey, caller, you live. Hello? Caller, you live.
Hello?
Yeah, you live. Hello? God, dog, y'all gonna be on the phone waiting. Ain't nobody answering. Mr. Lomax, you live. What's good?
Come on, Scotty.
Talk to me.
I'm gonna tell you right now, son. I appreciate you hosting this funeral show. All those other fans hurting because they're crying. Everybody begging, pleading. We bring all the fans. Look, Jackson State lead the FCS in attendance. You think you're showing up with 30,000? 30,000 is our little crowd. Y'all just come in there and we give you a little spot. I ain't going into that. What I'm going to say is this. Coach Odom, you can't take nothing from him. Winning coach, dumb move. That's a seriously dumb move. As you saw me put into your live chat, look, bro, Dion, Prime Time, and J-State, even with the scrub squad, has cost these coaches in colleges their whole program. EWC, he got fired. Grambling fell apart. Alabama State, struggling. Alcorn said, I ain't even getting in this crap. Southern, 5-day coach. What do you think gonna happen in the fall, baby?
You tell me.
We just picked up a running back. So now my backfield's strong.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't want to say wait till the fall. I don't want to say that.
But you about to say it. But you about to say it.
I'm sorry for Southern. Huh?
I said, but you about to say it. Go ahead and say it. You know you want to.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry for Southern. I'm glad though. I'm glad. Yeah, they've been on a winning streak against us, but that just ended. Now Southern hind parts ain't even gonna be a 500 team, cuz I'm telling you that right now. The West was already packed. They needed Odom. Grambling might not have gave him no flack, but Alcorn over there now. You can't overlook Prairie View. Only somebody got to win in the SWAC now over there in the West would be Texas Southern. Lord have mercy. That's all I'm saying, Scotty. So I just had to comment, man, and laugh at Chris. Chris is stupid. It's all get out.
That boy dumb.
He's stupid.
That
but
boy
he tell the truth.
That boy dumb. That boy dumb. Appreciate it, Mr. Lomax.
Yeah, he tell the truth. Yep.
Hey, caller, you live.
Yo.
Ooh.
Hey,
yeah.
This guy talk. Hey, man. You got these guys off here. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Talk to me.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, man. Look, since you got all these guys that's super emotional, but the truth is about Odom, and I'm calling from Baton Rouge. The truth is about Odom, he was winning off of in a conference that's bottom heavy with sorry teams. All he had to do was split between Alcorn and Grambling, and he got a winning season. That's it. He couldn't beat nobody else in the outside the conference. He couldn't beat nobody. He lost to McNeese, Northwestern. He lose to any other team that's not in the conference. But when you put his ass up in, when he called and play Alcorn, he lost to them 7 times. 7.
And
And I'm like,
JSU
come on,
lost
bro.
to him 8 times. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm sorry?
I said in JSU
7, 8 times, however many times. Huh?
And I said in JSU lost to him 8 times. So what are
I'm
you talking
listening.
about?
Exactly. So what I'm saying about him is they praising him like he was such a great coach, but the SWAC is morphing. The SWAC is changing. The SWAC is not like the SEC of HBCUs right now with FAMU, and you got Bethune-Cookman now. Odom would not get away with just beating the bottom half of the SWAC anymore. He got to contend against FAM. Jackson is looking real good. Alcorn had us our ass all the time. PV looking gonna be okay, and him coming in with these teams with quarterback that can't hit the side of a building that's moving, that shit ain't gonna work no more. It's just not gonna work. And not to mention, he about to play LSU in 2022. I'm like, bro, come on, man. I don't know why everybody sitting around here giving him all this praise for sitting around there and just pretty much beating the sorry half of the bottom half of the teams in the SWAC and
who are you
coming up with a winning record.
Who are you repping?
Yeah, a winning record.
Who are you repping?
I'm a Jaguar.
So you're a Southern fan. So you're a Southern fan and you're dogging Odums.
I'm a Southern. No, I'm telling you the truth about it. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not dogging shit. I'm being honest. And see, when you be honest, there's no time for feelings. And it ain't got nothing to do with feelings. I appreciate what the man did. He came in after Stump Mitchell and pretty much salvaged us because Stump ran us into the ground after Pete Richardson. He ran us into the ground. Odom came in for the cheap. He was an assistant. He was just happy to get a shot as a head coach. And he came in and he figured the darn formula out. All he got to do is beat the bottom half of the SWAC teams and he got a winning record. He did that for 7, 8, however many years. And now, when it's time for him to put up or shut up and win in a conference or win a championship, he can't do it. He freeze, he choke. When it's time for him to make the power move and pull a quarterback out the game that can't throw and put one in that can throw, he refused to do it. Why? Because all the times where he was losing to Alcorn because they had a quarterback that can run. He cried for years about getting him a quarterback that can run because we had quarterbacks that could throw. He get him a quarterback that can throw, that can run. Damn the fact that he can't throw. The boy couldn't throw. Everybody know the boy can't throw. But you put this clown in the game, and yeah, he gonna beat the bottom half of the SWAC, gonna look good beating him. When you put him against Alcorn dare his ass throw the ball. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Dare him to throw the ball, he gonna give it up. Interception. Pack the box on his ass. So we giving him all this praise and admiration for getting out there and doing a good job of keeping us afloat. And I appreciate that. I really do. But the SWAC is a new animal now. That old formula that he had going on, that shit ain't gonna work no more. It's not gonna work. Because these people are getting better athletes. I'm listening.
I want you Southern fans. Listen. I wish I could put your name on every piece of paper in my notebook to understand. Wait a minute. Wait a minute and call you guys up when you are getting slaughtered in the SWAC. I swear for God, I want all y'all to keep that same energy. Keep that same energy.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. Because like I said, the bottom half of the SWAC, so Odom was beating these guys. Alcorn, he was split with a Grambling. He was worried about a PV if he'll lose to a PV or something like that. He wasn't winning. Those were the humps to him to get into the win of the championship game. He couldn't get over them humps. Now you go put in these schools that are coming in from the MEAC. Now Jackson State starting to look like something after all these years of losing. And the old formula is not working. It's just not going to work.
How is it not working? Now, he just mollywopped JSU. What are you talking about, old man?
I'm trying to tell what you not getting, bro.
He
What did
just
he not get?
mollywopped JSU. Listen, let me tell you what he did to JSU. JSU showed up and they left without the J. They left without the J. He just branded them SU. That's what he did. They came in JSU.
I don't have
they
a
left with
problem
an
with
SU.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have.
Man, you're going in circles. What are you talking about? You don't have a problem with that, but you have a problem with it. Like, that don't make no sense. Hey, calling you live.
What's up, bro?
What's good? Talk to me.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. These Southern fans listen. This SWAC is different. This SWAC is different, bro. Like, everybody feel delusional right now. You got JSU thinking they about to win the national championship because they got all these stars coming in, and then you got Southern fans acting like Odums didn't do anything because he was beating Pop Warner teams, and that's the reason why he went 8-3. It's just everybody delusional. Everybody delusional.
I don't know.
Shoot.
After you apologize, JSU can call your show now. Right there. All you needed was an apology, boy. You could have been got that interview. All you had to do was apologize.
Listen. Listen.
They said that they was gonna cancel the game if you ain't give that apology. But that's too late. They was gonna cancel the game for what I was heard. They said your ass is not coming to Jackson.
No, they was probably waiting at the airports. Everything. Everybody was waiting at the airports. That nigga step off.
I told Cut that they had them special seats waiting for you at Dion office, boy. Them Jones is gonna be straight electric chairs.
You talking about Shador's office, or you talking about Dion's office?
I don't know. You might not have been able to make it to the Shador. You had to go through D first.
Listen,
Shador, that's still my man. No, that's still my man. But you gotta own up. Don't fuck with JSU.
And listen, I take one on the chin. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm DMV. Listen, I'm Maryland bred, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'll take one on the chin. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'll do that. And Cut got me. Cut got me on one. I gotta give him credit. He got me on one.
I know the remix was like that.
I was like, this dude just swayed remix got me. Like, what are we doing? Like, what is we doing? We supposed to be boys. We supposed to be boys. Like, who does that?
I know my son probably fuck with me in the comments, but that's good.
I saw y'all going back and forth. And Shane in here. Who else in here? Zay in here. Who else up in here? All the stars. All the new members. They all up in there. You know what I'm saying? We'll see.
I told you, soon as you dropped that apology, I was like, wow. Yeah.
Dion called a meeting.
Was doing that job yesterday.
Dion called a meeting and was like, "Hey, look, okay, I know I had y'all banned from the off script show, but listen, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? If y'all are okay to just don't call in, just be in the comments. All right, just be in the comments. It's all right though. It's all
I know he gonna have some extra laps away from my son on the shit I didn't talk to season.
Oh man, listen, hey, to all the players,
they say, hey, Mr. Moore, you can't even get a fucking GSU hat. Ooh. Fuck you. I said, okay. But that's all right. They gonna do good next year.
Yeah, we'll see. Listen, to all of them in the comments,
step up and start catching some passes or kickoff. Listen, you gotta catch something.
To all of them, Zay, Shane, all y'all, and listen, my platform is always open. Whenever Dion gives y'all the green light, and whenever Shador and Dion give y'all the green light to come on to my platform and do an interview, y'all more than welcome to come on and talk y'all stuff, man. More than welcome. Call in, all that. You can be anonymous. I don't care. You can call yourself, Mrs. Doubtfire for all I care. It's more. Y'all more than welcome.
And they gonna all have secret words to say during your interview.
Boy, you stupid. Oh man, see,
I don't get off this one before I get him in more trouble.
Yeah, before you get me in trouble. All right, I just got off my ban.
Don't care.
I just got off my ban.
What you said?
I said I just got off my ban, and you trying to get me back in trouble.
Nah, I ain't gonna get you in trouble.
See, I gotta live here. You don't.
All right, I'll holler at you.
All right, Mr. Moore. Hey, caller, you live. Hey, caller,
what's going on?
What's good? Talk to me. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Sir, man. I'm from Chicago, man. I used to play for Southern back in the day, man.
Uh-oh. Tell me. You Southern fans. Whew.
Nah, so listen, I came home from work or whatever. I've been out with the family. Man, I popped on YouTube and I said, Coach Odums out. I was like, what the hell going on? So I came in when the old head was talking about, he's right. He got a point. So, like, every time we get to Alcorn, he choked the last 2 years. He should have won the last 2 years they played. He choked in the end.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is, so I came in under Pete, under Richardson. And then my last year, Stump came in. We was trash. He went like 2-9 or whatever. So they were supposed to fire him. And Odums was there, and he kind of picked it up. And they've been doing good, but they haven't been winning the SWAC. So the old head had a good point. Like when it comes down to it, he don't win the big game.
Gotcha.
So that is a point. But at the same time, I feel like Southern panicking because hell, Deion Jackson, Eddie George at Tennessee State, they panicking because they feel like, oh, we need a splash. But like I agree with the people in the chat. They saying like, look, they're gonna regret this because what they're doing is they're panicking when they literally have the top 2 or top 3 best coach in the SWAC at the present moment. They got to. Well, he definitely in the top half. Definitely in the top half in terms of what he has done in the last decade. He's been there since 2012 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, how do you let that go? How do you let what he has done over the last couple of years? You know what I'm saying? Like they panicking. They panicking because everybody got this big
hire. They got the big name. Yeah, they got a big name.
Other people got. What's that?
Yeah, you're right. They got a big name.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like they panicking, bro. Like, but it could blow up in their face, but you never know. I mean, who the hell you gonna get right now that's gonna keep the momentum going at least for the fall?
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Like, what did they do that for?
No, I definitely agree,
man. Man. So I don't know, man. We're gonna see what happens, man. But I feel like this is a panic move, man. Like, how to be honest, Southern was at least the most consistent team in the SWAC this season, at least on the west side. So, like, what are you trying to accomplish by letting go of your coach, who has been pretty consistent for the last couple of years? The only thing is he can't win the big game. So if you come out in the fall and you can't beat Alcorn, well, then that's a different story because then you got a full off season to get a real coach. So what are you going to get within the next 2-3 months that they're going to get a program in for August or for September? Like, that doesn't make sense.
No, I agree. And what makes it tough about it is at the end of the day is you want somebody new with the big name, but you're going to set yourself back for the fall because of the simple fact of they don't have the time to implement anything. So it's just
like this.
I think this year you have to go with interim, and then you kind of look for that big name. You kind of start fishing for that big name. But this year you got to go interim. Got to go.
But this in general was a terrible move. Like, unless his contract was up, or I mean, shit, unless he really did something in terms of allegation wise, he did something stupid like that. But Odums is not like that. I mean, I left right before Odums came. But all of my homies that was down there from Chicago was like, hey, whatever Odums say, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in terms from their own mouths. And I was at least still down there in Baton Rouge for a little time. But like Odums was a stand-up guy. So I mean, it's not like he did anything bad or anything outside off the field or anything. But my thing is, it's all about timing. What are you doing? So in other words, you're basing this on the fall. You letting the fall go. You like, oh, we're not gonna do nothing in the fall. But you don't know that.
Facts.
So you're making the timing. The timing is incorrect because I mean, you're letting somebody go damn near in May. They have to report in August. So like, you're not going to be able to do anything in 2 or 3 months, or even if you keep somebody on his staff, like that's opportunistic at the same time. So that's basically how Odums got on there. Odums was on staff with Stump, and then they promoted somebody. But what are you trying to really establish? Now I'm not saying that Odums couldn't win the big game, because I came in when the old head was saying, like, you stayed with Ladarius Skelton, and Skelton is all right, but he's a runner. He was a runner.
Yeah.
Like I felt like the other dude was a better complete quarterback. Like even though he couldn't run like
Talking about Lampley. You're talking about Lampley. The offense ran a little bit better because he's able to pass the ball and he can hold his own. He can run for a little bit, for a little fire. He can get out the pocket a little bit. But I mean, the thing is, and that may be another reason why they're trying to move on, because like he stayed with Skelton, and Skelton was, I mean, if they want to talk about leadership and all of that, that's fine. But in terms of quarterback play in general, he held us back because, and that may be a coaching thing. Yeah.
Because the thing is, bro, like when Skelton in, we can't pass the ball. Like that's a dimension of the game that's not there, just in general. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. But in terms of me, I feel like it's bad timing. And I'm up in Chicago. Shit, we could talk about the Bears. It's the same situation. They don't know what they're doing. So I don't know.
That's a whole nother conversation.
But listen,
appreciate the call, my guy.
That's a whole another thing. No problem, man. Appreciate it.
KP. Now, if I get you on this call, don't be doing no dumb stuff. You better not be born. Don't be born, my guy.
Man, come on, man. Come on with it, man.
Talk to
I'm
me.
on.
Talk to me. You on? Talk to me. You live.
This Jay from BR, man. Let me run it down to everybody. I'm in BR. I went to the games. If those people who have gone to the games at the start of the season, seen the Alabama State game, the Pine Bluff game, that wasn't a collegiate football team on that field.
Mm-hmm.
That's not coaching. That got to go. That's not Southern football. Jackson State, that everybody's seen on TV, national TV, he relinquished his powers and allowed his assistants to do what they needed to do. If you go back to the SWAC Championship last year, terrible football. If you go back to the season, the whole entire season from last year, that's terrible football. Yeah, we won. Everybody looks at the paper, see the W's, but they don't see the entire whole movie script. How the football play, how the talent. Man, we couldn't even run a screen pass, my dude. And let me ask you this. What good, everybody's saying he's a good coach because they're looking at the paper. What good coach leaves a program that's in the championship and goes to a subpar school conference? Who does that? Nick Saban's not going to a Rice. He's not going to a Duke or Syracuse. He's going to a top-tier program who's recruiting him. That's what a lot of folks are not seeing. They seeing the W's on the paper. They're not seeing the football play on the field. They're not seeing the quarterback struggling. You have a quarterback that's coming in there was lighting stuff up in his junior college years, who was recruited by other SWAC schools, but he gets to Southern and he playing like a Pot 1 quarterback. But Odums is a great coach though. I mean, hats off to the guy. Like the other caller, the other Southern Knight said, he can't be Alcorn. Les Miles got ran out of LSU because he couldn't beat Alabama. We from Southern, we go to chips. We go to ships. We win championship. We ran a night.
Oh my God! Here we go.
He won with Stump Mitchell's players in 2013. That was when he was his recruit player. What has he done for Southern? Yeah, he's given us opportunities to go to the SWAC Championship, but he can't beat Alcorn. Come on, man. And no disrespect to PV and A&M. Them your two top teams in the SWAC Championship, man.
Come on, man. Man, you can go on the sideline and win games. This ain't no rocket science just to be a good coach in the SWAC. Dion is such of a good coach. Why he have to wait on 4 or 5 star players to come and win in the SWAC? You can't win with the players you got now. But Dion's a good coach. Come on, man. We don't need no big name, man. We had Doug Williams. We beat Doug Williams. He was a big name. Coach Eddie Robinson. Pete never lost to that name. We Southern University. We don't need no big name over here. We don't need our school prostituted like the young woman said earlier. We don't need that. All we need is somebody to come in and draw X's and O's and get our players to do what they need to do. Everybody looking at the dude record like he was this top guru coach. But damn, he going to a subpar team, 4-4, 5-6 in the last 2 years, Norfolk State. I had to Google that school, no disrespect to them. You're a top coach, you go to a top school, top program, top conference. You don't go to no mediocre school.
That's not true.
As a good coach.
That's not true. Mac Brown went to North Carolina from UT. He won a national championship. What about that?
Mac Brown in his last. What was his last record? What was his record in his last year?
You didn't say that. You didn't say that. You said a big-time coach doesn't go to a lower par program. Mac Brown went from Texas, Power 5 to North Carolina. What we talking about?
This is what I'm talking about. If you as a coach in your last season go 4-1, and you're a championship coach, you don't have losing records. You don't have a losing record. You are going to a top program. You are getting promoted. You don't get, that's a demotion. You're going to Saban going to a Duke or a Syracuse or a Northwestern or a Vanderbilt. That's never heard of. You go to a top tier program if you're such a good coach. But you go to a mediocre program and you go to a mediocre conference because you're mediocre.
That's not true.
That's just my opinion.
I mean, but
come on, name me some. Go ahead, I'm listening.
No, I'm just saying. You're absolutely right. That is your opinion. And one of the players from JSU said Scott Frost. He went from USF and went to Nebraska. And Nebraska was trash.
But that's a top program. Nebraska is known for a top school. He's going up in a top conference.
No, sir. No.
So he's trying to.
No. It's old heads like you that live in the past. Nebraska ain't been good since the 90s, but that's where you live in too. That's where you live in.
The conference. What conference Nebraska's in?
Now conference matters.
I just said Odums went to Norfolk State and he's going to the MEAC. It's the MEAC conference.
It's clearly better than SWAC. You know why? Because they've been whooping y'all ass every year. So what are you talking about? In the Celebration Bowl.
They won because of North Carolina A&T.
You said the MEAC.
We were doing the SWAC.
You said the MEAC.
If you go back and look at the SWAC MEAC challenges, Southern owns the MEAC in those challenges games.
Not in the Celebration
Bowl. If you pull up
the
record, just look at Southern record in the MEAC SWAC challenges games, and you'll see who's on top. He going to Norfolk State. That's like Les Miles going to Prairie View. Les Miles went to Kansas because he was in a losing position. If he was such a good coach, somebody else would have hired Les Miles. You know what I'm saying? Mediocre. If you working at a job, man, you don't go down to a lesser job. If you're such a good employee, a good person, you go up. But regardless of that, everybody's looking at the record saying he's a good coach. He's beating Texas Southern. He's beating Prairie View. He's beating, Pablo. He's not beating the teams that he needs to beat, which is Alcorn.
Oh, you talking about the teams on his schedule. Oh, I'm sorry. You talking about he's not beating the teams on his schedule. Oh, okay.
Alcorn's on his schedule.
What I'm saying,
he's not beating Alcorn.
Can you not win? What I'm saying is there's only one championship, my guy. There's only one. Like I said earlier in the show, there's only one championship. 2 teams play, one person has to win. Alcorn's been beating them, but he's been there. You cannot you cannot diminish somebody who has been there. So what I'm saying is that do you know a lot of schools with Mississippi Valley State would love to be where you guys were. But all you going to say is, oh, this is Southern. We're used to doing that in the 90s. Oh, Pete Richardson. Pete. Oh, my God. Pete. Pete.
Man, let me tell you something.
Come on, man.
He ran 27 consecutive SWAC champions. 27 consecutive SWAC games Pete won. If you're a Southern fan, you're used to that. This guy has not beaten Alcorn in 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Pete never lost to nobody like that, man. Nobody ever owned Pete like that. Maybe outside of Nichols, and we only played them maybe 2 or 3 times a year. This man getting owned by Alcorn, bro. And he has had better talent. In years, you have had Willie Quinn, the all-time leading rusher passer, Dre Joseph, leading all-time rusher, Leonard Tillery. You had a cornerback that's playing at Washington Redskins. Come on, man. You got talent all close coming out your behind, and you can't beat the Alcorn team?
Let me say this. I'm gonna say this. I gotta let you go. I gotta say this. I gotta let you go because there's a lot of people waiting on calls.
For sure.
My thing is this. I want you. I'm telling all you Southern fans. I want you to keep that same energy when you get a new coach. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man,
I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'll say this, and I might be in the minority. We can go 1-10 this fall. That would be better than having this guy on the sideline.
Oh, you definitely
I was at the game.
You're definitely getting that. That means you're not about winning. Hey, caller, you live. Hey, Ruben, you live.
What's going on, brother?
Talk to me. Come on, Southerner.
Yeah, man. Just wanted to kind of run some things, man, with some people. I know when things happen, people, they start assuming or they have rumors and things of that nature. But ultimately, man, at the end of the day, for people that don't know, the way the football game works, man, you know, obviously you on contract. So, and you get extensions and you get raises, you know. So pretty much with Odums, he was approaching his last year and he wanted a long-term deal, you know. And Southern offered him a long deal, but it wasn't what Odums wanted. And on top of other things, you know, raise. And in most cases, college coaches get raises when they hit incentives, when they win championships, when they, you know, when they hit incentives on a contract and they get extensions granted as well.
Got you.
Well, Odom didn't, as crazy as it may sound, with a record like his, it's kind of hard. I'm just going to use this analogy. You know, if I come to work on time every day and I do my job, and I'm in sales and I don't hit above sales expectations, I can't go up to my boss and say, I want to raise. It's kind of hard. And that's kind of, I guess that's the best analogy I can use with Odom. He does a great job. Like, he wins games. He's been at Southern now for 9 seasons, but he only have 1 championship in 9 seasons. Now, I do want to say this. Southern did, regardless of the championship part, they did offer an extension for him, but Norfolk offered something better. And Southern felt like, well, I'm not going to counter what Norfolk offered because that's just a little too much. You know, from what I'm hearing, 6-year deal, 6 years, damn near close to $400,000. Now that's, don't quote me on that, but that's the rumor that's going on. We're not going to double his salary for 6 years when we're not getting any dreams in return. And I kind of understand the administration on that behalf. It's hard. It's a lot to double a salary. Norfolk probably feel like, hey, you know, their program is in desperate need, and maybe they feel like they need that badly. But, you know, all the luck for Odom, you know, in that move. You know, I hope he does well. But in the meanwhile, I heard some callers call in and some comments say, you know, ducking competition. That's not the case. Southern pushing him out. No, Southern offered him an extension. It was nothing like that. Southern would love to keep Dawson Odums, but it's a numbers thing. And Odums got to do what's best for Odums. And if you feel like a 6-year deal, $400,000 a year, close to it, if not in that ballpark, I mean, who wouldn't take that deal?
Facts.
So, you know, it's not that he's running from something. It's not that he's getting pushed out from Southern. It's none of that. It's just he's going to a better situation. And I can't fault him for that. And I can't fault Southern on their side for not wanting to double the salary for 6 more years. That's. I'm gonna be honest. That's an outrageous salary for a coach that haven't won a championship in damn near 10 years. You kind of pay that to a coach that have won championships. But you know, again, that's a move that Odums wanted to make, and he was a good friend of mine, and I know he's gonna do what's best for his family. Also, you know, his daughter just graduated high school, so he's making a move closer to his family as well. He's from the East Coast, so it all worked out for him. I know his parents are getting older, so it's easier access to his family.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough timing, but hell, I mean, it's at the end of the year, football calendar year, right, for the spring.
Mm-hmm.
So he fought it out to the end, and he got off a better position. I mean, better money. Now, what a lot of people don't know is he was also in the running for the Tennessee State job.
Mm.
It actually came down to him and Eddie George. So, you know, he was getting offers, and people was willing to pay a lot of money for him. So he was in a position where his agent was doing a job and was like, all right, well, my job is to provide a better life for you and your family. And that's what it was. So it's not Southern forcing him out. It's none of that. It's more of he just going for a better opportunity for him and his family. Now, Southern, what their plans is, I'm more than positive they're not going to go out and hire this splash. Like, I know people think this is the new way. I know Southern. They're not just going to do that just to do that. They're going to probably hire from within. The staff at Southern is extremely strong. They have a really, really, really strong staff. The guy that everyone needs to look out for is Lionel Washington. He has over 20 years of coaching experience in the pros and in college football. He was a defensive coordinator at Tulane. He was and he also coached with the Oakland Raiders and Green Bay Packers. Really, really respected guy. I'm more than positive this guy or either a gentleman by the name of Jason Riley will get the interim tag or the head tag. And I'm confident in both of those guys. And I know the OC is going to stay intact. We may lose a few position coaches that Odums may take. But the way it's looking right now, it's probably going to be more of a hire from within. You want to keep the program intact. You want to keep the culture intact.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Southern is they're not going to go out and go hire an Ed Reed or Ray Lewis. I highly doubt that. They're going to keep it in house. They're going to keep the culture. They're going to keep the same philosophy that they have. They're going to keep it going. But the name that everyone needs to know is more than likely is going to be Lionel Washington. Like I said, he has over 20 years of coaching experience. He has over 15 years coaching in the NFL, 5 in college football. So it's a guy that's well known. Coach Charles Woodson, Nami Asamoah with the Oakland Raiders. So he's been around. He's a guy he's a player's coach. Players will run through the wall for him. Kind of similar to Odums, but he's a little bit more hands off than Odums. He'll let his guys do their thing more than Odums. Odums he's more straightforward. He's gonna tell you how it is. Lionel's more of a player's coach. You will literally run through a wall for that guy. So little different approach between the two coaches. But I think you can't go wrong with Lionel. But I think Lionel will be the guy that will be named interim, and they're probably gonna put the interim tag on him immediately, probably within the next 24 to 48 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. So, yeah. So if Lionel does a great job, he'll probably get the head tag. But me personally, if it was me making the decision, I would just go ahead and throw the head tag on him. So,
and Lionel Washington he's already on the coaching staff, or is he's not?
Yeah, so Lionel is he's the Southern's defensive coordinator.
Got you.
Yep, he's the defensive coordinator, and like I said, he has a ton of experience. And he can get the job done. He came in to Southern 2 years ago and literally turned our defense around, as you can see. And you give him the keys to the whole operation, I have nothing but trust in him. And I know if he do get the interim, he's going to promote Rollins, who is the other guy who may end up getting the interim tag. He's going to promote Rollins to head DC. And Rollins was actually the defensive coordinator at Texas San Antonio last year, UTSA.
Gotcha.
He was the defensive coordinator. Yeah, so And that's why I say Southern has a very, very strong staff. You have Lionel Washington, who's been coaching over 20 years, and you have Ryland, who was the defensive coordinator at UTSA 2 years ago. So you really have two defensive coordinators on that defensive staff.
Yeah.
So it's simple. You just promote Lionel, you promote Ryland as the defensive coordinator, and you just bring on a position coach to take Ryland's spot, or you may have to hire a few more position coaches that's going to go with Odums, which I'm hearing a few that's going to go, but it's nothing that's going to be detrimental to the program.
Okay, so it seems like they're just going to keep everything in the house, keep it pushing, and keep rolling.
Yeah, man, because it's like North Carolina A&T. They was dominating HBCU football. I'm not saying Southern is, but A&T was doing this 4 or 5 years ago under Sam Washington. And then Sam decided to retire, and then they just promoted from within. They promoted the guy that they felt like was ready. And he kept the same culture, and they kept rolling. So I think that's going to be the route you're going to see Southern take.
Appreciate it, Ruben. Yep. Appreciate it. I knew you was gonna give me the inside. I was waiting for you to call in. You my last call. I was waiting for you to call in.
Yeah, man. I was working, but I just wanted to run it in and let people know this is not a job where Southern push Odums out. It's not a thing where Odums is running. I know it may look like that, or it could be funny for people to joke around, but at the end of the day, these guys have families to provide for, and a 6-year deal. Right at $400,000 a year. I mean, who the hell gonna turn that down? So I don't blame Odums for doing that. And he was on his last leg. He was on his last leg of his contract at Southern. So you can't blame him. It's a little bit more security. Also, Norfolk has a new AD and a new president, I heard. And all of them on a 6-year deal. So it's just a little bit more security.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
That's
so
facts.
Yeah, man. So Southern gonna be all right. They still gonna be kicking ass. They're gonna be kicking ass. So that's what it is, brother. But I want to call in and get it cleared up.
Hey, appreciate you, Ruben. Anytime.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Listen, that's how you end. I gotta end the show on a positive scoop because people be acting like I'm a journalist. Oh, you're not a journalist. You're not. Listen, I've never claimed to be the Washington Post. All right. I am off script. I do what I does. That's it. That's just how it goes. For all my callers I didn't get to, I apologize. I can't have this thing going too long. I promised my young lady over here that I was going to take her out to dinner, and we are running late, so I'm in trouble. So thank you guys for getting me in trouble. Yeah, thank you. And so until next time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to holler. God bless. All right. Peace.